that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here. A natural gas water heater gives you comfort that lasts, fast recovery, endless hot water, and lower energy bills. You could get up to $675 in rebates, and the more you add, the more you save. Get all the details today at naturalgasdoesmore.com/add more.
Crossing the finish line, nothing like it. But for the accident attorneys at Farah & Farah, one thrill beats them all.
It's the thrill of the win. Lining up all the facts so the truth is clear. Yeah, we're built for that.
Farah & Farah, Orlando.
This Thanksgiving, as you gather with family and stories are passed from one generation to the next, take a moment to honor the Florida farmers that help bring your meal to life with fresh, local produce straight to your table. When you shop, look for the Fresh from Florida logo. It's more than a label. It's a promise of pride and love for the land. Visit freshfromflorida.com to discover what's in season and find recipes that turn every moment into lasting memories. Fresh from Florida. Trust is grown here.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. November is Men's Health Awareness Month, and that's super important because men are hard-headed. We do not like going to the hospital. We do not like doing things like that. But with Life Imaging FLA, we can now look inside and make sure that our heart health is good for the long term. And when you consider 1 in 3 people in this country die of heart disease, and in some of those cases, the very first symptom you get is sudden death, you got to get to Life Imaging FLA and make sure your heart is in good shape. Remember, this is a free heart scan, just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. Also, while you're there, please ask about their cancer screening as well, because early detection saves lives. And it's so easy to make your appointment. Simply pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say that keyword free heart scan. That's it, pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. They will connect you in seconds. Guys, make that appointment today and take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
There's a myth that a Sprouts Farmers Market person wakes up before dawn, bangs out a couple of hours of yoga before downing a kale foam colostrum latte. The reality is that a Sprouts person is just someone who cares about fresh, healthy, and honestly priced everything from organic produce to the hottest new snack to hit the shelves. They love how easy it is to find the delicious and healthy food they and their families thrive on. And to be honest, most of them have never heard of a kale foam colostrum latte. So maybe that sounds a bit like you. Come see for yourself at Sprouts Farmers Market.
Hurricane season is here. Stay safe and informed with Real Radio 104.1. Listen on air or on the iHeartRadio app. Eustace Roofing is the official sponsor of iHeart Stormwatch coverage. Eustace Roofing, the real roofers, real craftsmen, real professionals, real experts.
My uncontrollable movements called TD, tardive dyskinesia, felt embarrassing. I felt like disconnecting. I asked my doctor about treating my TD and learned about Ingrezza, valbenazine capsules, a prescription medicine clinically proven for reducing TD in adults. That's always one capsule, once daily, and number 1 prescribed. People taking Ingrezza can stay on most mental health meds.
Ingrezza can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden behavior or mood changes, or suicidal thoughts. Don't take Ingrezza if allergic. Serious side effects may include allergic reactions like sudden, potentially fatal swelling and hives, sleepiness, the most common side effect, and heart rhythm problems. Know how Ingrezza affects you before operating a car or dangerous machinery. Report fever, stiff muscles, or problems thinking, as these might be life-threatening. Shaking, stiffness, drooling, and trouble with moving or balance may occur.
Take control by asking your doctor about Ingrezza.
Learn more at Ingrezza.com. That's INGREZZA.com.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Coming soon.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Tuesday, November 18th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from who hacked the internet to cable news finally goes full wild, wild west, and mysteries in the teenage cruise death finally revealed, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right to the studio in real time. And it is, friends, Share the Show Tuesday.
All right.
Yeah. What does that mean? Well, simply put, it means you share the show some way, somehow. You could do it by hitting the like button if you're watching on YouTube. You could do it by just telling a friend, telling a coworker about the show. You could do it by posting on social media. Hey, guys, if you don't know about this show, I think you might like the News Junkie. Here you go. It's a Share the Show Tuesday. How's everybody doing on a Tuesday?
I was good, and then I just watched a video that's terrifying.
What did you watch, for God's sake?
Share it.
We
Watching beheading videos on a Share the Show Tuesday?
Yes, I'm sharing them. Just just hit the send button. Send. No.
Always love when those still have the share icons next to them. You know what I mean? It's like,
or the porn with the like this on Facebook,
on LinkedIn. Share this on. Yeah, sure.
No, a good friend of ours whose kid is a little bit older than Jackson is going through swimming lessons. And sent like the video of them just like
when they shove the kid into the pool,
flipping the baby face down in the water.
So
my wife's like, I couldn't even watch that. What, I was supposed to take Jackson to do that? So, which means I have to do it. So I gotta be the one that's in person gonna have to watch them just shove him in the pool and be like, all right,
now turn over.
Basic instinct.
Don't drown.
Yeah.
Now, how do you think you're going to take this, C-Lane? You're watching little Jackson and he's struggling, but they're telling you, no, don't do anything. You have to let him struggle a little bit.
I mean, I just know that if anything goes wrong, paycheck.
No, baby.
Yikes. He's going to be great. He's going to be great. Courtney and I were talking about. When you have a massive $500,000 RV and a private jet, I should know that something went wrong with the swimming lessons.
No more YMCAs.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking actually with this about swimming and stuff with Courtney yesterday when we were chatting, headed over to Epcot, and we were talking about how there was a billboard up, and I've never seen this before, but there was a billboard up along the hallway, and she said, is drowning like the word electrocution? Like electrocution implies that the person died. And I said, I think so. I think drowning implies that the person has died as well. And she said, the sign said how many kids had died in the state of Florida in the last year from drowning. And it's crazy.
Wow.
You're like, damn, you look at that and you think, holy cow. And so much of that is from kids who never learn how to swim, like no matter where they are, they might be surrounded by water everywhere. And she said, do you think they should require people in school to be able to swim? And I said, that might be difficult, but I really think it would be, in any state where you have that much water around you, I think it would be an incredibly good thing.
Like in PE or something, if they had like swimming stuff.
I mean, I think if you can replace one dodgeball game with some basic swimming lessons, or how to at least tread water, get to the side in case you find yourself in a drowning situation, I'll take it.
It might be a insurance thing, or I don't know what would be stopping them from doing that, but I think it would be good. I do. All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to You knew it, friends. The McDonald's Impact Summit 2025. Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't invited. That's
You
so
weren't.
weird.
You should have been, though.
I mean, if I go on my app and see how many points I have, I should be able to trade that in for an invite to the Impact Summit.
You ever been in this situation? I know you have, ahead of asking you. I just know. I mean, I think I did this yesterday, where your partner is talking to you and you're only half paying attention. And then so you start answering. And in the middle of answering, you're trying to figure out, like, what was it they asked me to begin with? Why? Like, as you're talking, you're like, why am I talking about this right now?
Like a Michael Scott. Like sometimes you start a sentence, you don't exactly know where it's going to go.
You just keep talking. You just keep going. And I feel like Trump from time to time will do this at these events. And for some reason, he was speaking at the McDonald's Impact Summit.
For some reason.
Yeah, he's a McDonald's guy. He's big into McDonald's, so I guess that's why. But he was up there, and then in the middle of his speech, I think he realized he had veered way too far off course. So let's see. Let's listen to him.
You know what? They went to sugar. Isn't that nice? I said, you got to go to sugar. Just like I said, why is the Gulf of Mexico called the Gulf of Mexico? I said, we're changing the name. And now it's the Gulf of America. It has nothing to do with McDonald's, but maybe it does. Because
but maybe
it's very nice cycle. We have 92% of the shoreline. They have 8%. I wouldn't say I made a lot of friends in Mexico, but they still like me.
I don't know how you veer off onto that. Like, everybody, we're here to talk about McDonald's today.
I want to know what I want to know how far he veered. Like, all I heard was something about a little bit of sugar, and then
and
all of
changing
a sudden,
the name
yeah,
to
It's a
Gulf
long
of America. And I mean, the only way to bring it back is like some places in Mexico have French fries. But not as good as McDonald's French
If
fries.
I had to guess, I would say he was starting in this territory where it was like the McDonald's type corporations haven't been able to use real sugar in their drinks, and they want to bring the sugar back. I don't know how you like hop, skip, and jump all the way around, but
you know what? They went to sugar.
They want the
Isn't that
sugar.
nice? I said, you got to go to sugar. Just like I said, why is the Gulf of Mexico called the Gulf of Mexico? I said, we're changing the name.
He does.
And now it's the Gulf of America. It has nothing to do with McDonald's, but maybe it does.
Maybe it does. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I can.
You think he's been yelling a lot behind the scenes or something? He's
I
kind of
think
a
so.
little on the horse side.
I think he's the only man who talks like 10 times more than I do. He talks a lot, and he just kind of kept going at this thing. The McDonald's Impact Summit. I've got another clip of him. Let's see what he's saying here.
Doing honest, beautiful, hard work and happy families sitting down to a really great meal. Because no matter who you are, everyone loves something at McDonald's. There's always something to have.
True.
I like the fish. I like it.
Okay.
What was that noise?
Was he
catching
holding
a
up a
fish?
pretend walkie-talkie?
He said
the fish.
Was that maybe the fish cooking? Or hold on, I'll bring it back.
One more time, please.
He said, I like the fish.
The fish. I like it.
He did
You
a
could do
hand
little
motion
bit more
too.
tartar sauce, though, please. Seriously.
A little more tartar
Do we have any tartar sauce? Do you understand that? Yes, I have.
I guess if you're ever going to get McDonald's to make a change, there's no better place than this.
Yeah.
If you're the president of the United States, you're like, guess what? You guys don't have enough tartar sauce on your
Also,
sandwiches.
buddy,
Now introducing a pint of tartar sauce.
While we're retooling the Filet-O-Fish, President Trump, could you not only focus on the tartar sauce, but the fact that they put a half a slice of cheese on it?
Well, do you want a full slice? Is a full slice going to improve it?
I would like full slice of cheese.
It's, in a way, it's a very bright move. If you're going to get change made and you're a McDonald's power user, the only way to get it made is to speak right to the executives. You're like, look, here's the deal, right?
I like the fish. I like it.
I still don't get it.
You could do a little bit more tartar sauce, though, please. Seriously. I hate when I said, do you have any tartar sauce? Do you understand that? Yes, I have. He understands that.
Got it fixed. Just like that, baby. More tartar sauce on all those things.
All right.
I will never, ever be the guy. And this is something that crosses all bounds of politics. Excuse me. I will never, ever be the guy. Yeah, I will never, ever be the guy who eats a fish sandwich at a fast food place. Even if
Right
they
there
put
with
all
you.
full slice of cheese, not changing my mind. More tartar sauce, not changing my mind.
Are you not so thrown when you see a Long John Silver's? Like that entire place is based on fast food seafood.
I'll tell you this, and this is always concerning to me. I have yet to see a Long John Silver's where the entirety of the name lights up at night on the sign. That concerns me. It's either John Silver's or Long John, or like some portion of the light at that restaurant is always burned out, and that makes me wonder. It does make me question things at least a little bit.
But that fried batter dip fish is so good.
You like it, huh?
Yeah, I like Long John Silver's. I like the Filet-O-Fish. I mean, come on.
I mean,
did you not have fish sticks growing up?
I did, but that was frozen. So there was something to that. But we made it in our own oven. And also, I didn't really have a choice. But when it comes to like driving up or going to the counter and saying, I would love a delicious insert seafood here super fast, I can't do it.
It's just everything else is better to me. Like the quarter pounder is really good, man. I like the other things you've made for so long. I guess they've made this long too. But there they go. Big changes on the way for the Filet-O-Fish. Big changes at McDonald's.
I think like forever ago, I was the only one that was disappointed when we had McDonald's like deliver a bunch of stuff to the radio station, and there was like they were doing this big promotion, chicken nuggets, stuff like that. And I guess if they ran out of chicken nugget boxes, they put them in a bunch of Filet-O-Fish boxes, and then they put a sign out there. Somebody dropped a sign down because they like figured maybe people would be deterred by the presence of the Filet-O-Fish boxes.
Yes,
and it says,
I would.
And it says in all caps, "These are chicken nuggets." And I went, "Damn it! Come on!" This was the mecca for it was a mecca for just a second here. And now it's chicken nuggets.
Well, we'll see if you get your changes there over at McDonald's. Everybody, good luck to you. While we take on the day here I woke up, I start getting show prep flowing, and I swear to God, I don't think I was exaggerating. At least a third of the internet was down. At least like a third. I'm pulling up, when I'm doing show prep, I'm doing like 20 to 25 to 30 tabs at a time, and I have all these big groups of bookmarks that I use every single day to search for everything viral going on to bring it to you each day. And today is like half, maybe a third of the tabs just weren't working. There was an outage from something called Cloudflare. And those of you who don't know about internet websites and stuff don't know about this necessarily. But Cloudflare is a website that a lot of other websites use to stay online. And kind of like when the Amazon Web Services shutdown happened, there's a problem with Amazon Web Services, and it's like the backbone of the internet is out. You tried to access, I don't know. There were like so many websites this morning. They were down. They were absolutely down for quite a long time as all this was happening.
Up my girlfriend's work computer then.
Uh-oh.
She's like, "Can you come in here for a second? ChatGPT's not opening."
Oh, yeah, ChatGPT was down.
And it was like, unblock Cloudflare.
Yep.
And so I just went into the settings and I allowed everything. And I said, I don't know. I can't do this right now, but I hope it works. So instead, I've allowed all of the third-party cookies to just swim in her computer, not knowing there was a complete shutdown.
What you're talking about is the exact message that most people were getting. It says unblock Cloudflare when you try to go to any number of major websites.
Oh, yeah. There was this whole, like, this is your fault kind of thing to it. Whereas, like, your settings are bad. That's why you can't do this. And it's like, no, there's no Cloudflare.
Right. It's somebody else's problem. I don't know whose, but somebody else's problem. But it went on all over the place. People were saying it was a hack. What's going on here? We'll look into more of what happened and took the internet down this morning and who was responsible. We'll get to you and your feedback. Got a lot of stuff coming in already here on a Share the Show Tuesday. Lot to talk about, including they have just gone full Wild Wild West on cable news. Now they don't care. They're just cursing, and they're allowing it. A guest asked to curse on television. They said, "Can I curse?" And they said, "Yes, go ahead, do it." And then they cursed. That's where we're at. That's where things have arrived. We'll explore that. We'll get to the update on the mysterious cruise ship death. A whole lot on the way. And it's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic stop and go on the Greenway due to an accident northbound before State Road 408. 2 right down on I-4. You're going to
Hello.
in some familiar delays eastbound.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome.
See traffic troubles, call the Val.
Cameraman, are you with me?
Change traffic tip line.
You're up, by the way. You're live.
Taxi 477 from the traffic center of James.
Hi, everybody.
This report is sponsored by Super Sure.
By the way, to the 3 people who said, I hope Sean's not back,
And the smart one.
I'm literally going to ban all of you.
Time to get
The next time you do it,
Super Sure.
I'm banning you. I don't want any anti-fans on any of these streaming platforms. To the 3 of you who are like, I hope Sean's not back today, I will fucking nuke you out of orbit so fast. I will erase you. You will be nothing but a stain. Nothing but a stain on this platform, friend. I will ban every single one of you unceremoniously. I don't need you to kiss my ass, but ain't no way, no how you're going to be on my platform, on my show, on my stage, saying shit like that. Ain't gonna happen, friend. Ain't gonna happen. I'll nuke every one of you. To everybody else, hi, how you doing? Good to see you again. Good to be back. Cloudflare is the company that has 100 lava lamps on the wall in their HQ that they record with a camera to get true randomized numbers for their encryption efforts. That is true. Very true. It's a huge, huge company. The company Cloudflare is so big that they provide services. I use one of them for thenewsjunkie.com. And basically the service determines that if a connection is a real person or if it's a bot. And you connect your website to Cloudflare to use this. And thenewsjunkie.com gets, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people during the show. And still, with all of those requests and all of that, it's a $0 bill from Cloudflare. That's how big the company is. Like, they provide services to the big sites. How was John Stamos / the Beach Boys? It was a good time. It was a good time. We caught their second show last night, and my God, was it packed. More oldos than you could ever see in your life. But the interesting thing was, even though there were so many people there, and so many people knew every word to all of the songs that they were playing on the stage, nobody, not one person, had a Beach Boys shirt on. Not one. Not one. Jeffrey, kiss my ass. You are one of the 3 people I was talking to. Kiss my ass. You're on thin ice. Same for Sunday night. I saw the weirdest moment. There was like these really sweet parents with their little kids. 3 parents in a row, little boys and girls in front of each one of them. And they were picking them up and they were like just singing different Beach Boys songs. And some drunk dude, we're in America, right across from where the Beach Boys are playing. Some drunk old dude comes up and he's like, I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you something. Which is always weird. It's just as weird as saying, can I ask you a question? Just ask the question, dude. He goes, I gotta tell you something. And then he proceeds to go up to each of them and go, you're raising your kids the right way. This is how you raise a child on the Beach Boys. Like, is that what's going to keep him out of prison? Can I meet you? We're going to talk about that. We'll talk about that soon. Chaos says, what kind of ice am I on? You're on thick ice. You're on big sickos.
The real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, and loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
Drunk conversation entrapment, the worst. True.
Pancreatic insufficiency or EPI. With EPI,
True.
pancreas doesn't
That's so annoying when somebody like traps you and they go, listen, here's what I want to tell you. Bro, just let me hear Kokomo. I'm literally here for Kokomo. Jeez. All right, we are coming back in less than a minute. We'll talk about who hacked the internet. Here we go.
Breathe. Use as directed.
The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays.
It's the most wonderful time.
Open the app and search Holiday and find Magic 107.7, Orlando's Christmas station. Plus station. Music, Christmas classics, Christmas jazz, country, plus tons of playlists, even podcasts. Our gift to you, the perfect holiday soundtrack. Open the free iHeartRadio app now and search Holiday to start listening.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's the
Go over to the website and record what we call a dispatch. I'd love to hear your voice. I can even see your face if you're brave enough to record a video dispatch wherever you are today. Love to see that. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and record your first dispatch right now. The website is up as far as I know. I thought it was taken down with the rest of the internet this week. Like the entire internet was down. Everybody's waking up trying to go to ChatGPT or any number of news websites or Canva where you make images and all of these websites that rely on a particular piece of the backbone.
If you want to ask ChatGPT how to use Canva, forget it.
Too bad.
Yeah.
It's not going to say anything. It's going to say we're down right now for hours on end. They cripple the internet again. And then we think, is this some sort of hacker? Is it China? Is it the Russians? What's going on here? What's causing all of this stuff? I love how people think this way because it is kind of glorious. Whenever there is an outage like this, people go, well, this must be like a movie. There's a room somewhere, code is flying by, and some hooded man, is like typing away at the keyboard.
Hack the planet.
He's hacking the planet, as it were. And they're like, who is the person or what is the country responsible for this? Like it's some boiler room full of hackers. It's not. It's just the internet, how it works now. All of these websites are reliant on two things for the most part. One is this Cloudflare website, which provides services that keep websites on the internet. And the other is Amazon Web Services, or AWS, which also keeps websites on the internet. So if you want to keep spammers and all these different people away from your website, you'll use one of these services.
But the difference is, like, a lot of the websites live on this Amazon server, whereas Cloudflare just connects people together.
Yeah, it's like you go to the internet to get your destination. Like you type in Sean.com, or I could just say thenewsjunkie.com. You type in thenewsjunkie.com. And the internet, registrars go, where are you supposed to go for this? And oftentimes before you go to, say, CNN.com or something, it will bring you by this Cloudflare website or Amazon or whatever to determine if you're a hacker or not.
So last time it was like, if the internet is in this warehouse and the warehouse is Amazon, that went down. There's nothing inside it. Cloudflare is the highway that takes you to the warehouse. Yeah. And that highway was just backed up. 16-car pileup, nobody's getting anywhere.
big time. Yeah. So then you can't do anything. You can't chat GPT. The internet is shut down. Home robots are just backfiring, I'm sure. Let's see what they say.
About before you head to work, especially if you work in an office, Cloudflare is reporting outages on apps like X and some video games, Spotify, and ChatGPT. Now, Cloudflare is an internet infrastructure platform that supports much of the...
Oh, they wrote Cloudflare. They got it wrong on his graphics.
Chiron says the correct thing.
Yeah, they got two things wrong on the graphics because here's what happens. Nobody in the news understands how this crap works. They don't run websites.
To be fair, their spell check uses Cloudflare.
Maybe it does. Might need this. And they said Cloudflare on the graphics or most of the graphics. So this poor guy, he doesn't understand how the internet works.
Including tools to protect websites from cyber attacks and to keep them from operating under heavy traffic. And websites have been working, or some of these websites have been working spottily around this morning.
Right. You got it, buddy.
Cloudflare said it has identified an issue and is working on that fix.
Our anchor's working spottily this morning.
This guy, he feels like the type of dude, I've done this before myself. You finish a sentence explaining something, and in your head, you're already going, please, nobody ask me a question about this. I have no idea how this works.
Very loud tie, and that's all I got for you.
I cannot tell you how this works. The best way I could say it is if we'll use like a Hollywood lot as the example of a website. And before you go onto the Hollywood lot, you have that little security gate, and you stop and tell the person why you're there. And then, if you're good, the gate goes up and they let you in. Well, Cloudflare is that gate, and the gate is broken. And when the gate is broken, you can't get into the website. And it took down like a whole giant chunk of the internet. So it had everybody freaking out. And reporters kind of struggling to figure out, hey, how exactly do I cover all of this? But we're going to continue to see this kind of stuff. We're going to continue to see like a big chunk of the internet go down from time to time. Twitter went down entirely as a result of this for hours on end this week. And it's going to keep happening until we diversify things a little bit more on the internet, which I don't even know if that's going to happen. I don't know if that is at all possible. Another thing I want to share with you here, and we'll get into your dispatches and emails and all that in a moment. But there was a story about a guy who I think is getting a bad rap here. Now, I'm not into this. It's not my thing. It's not something I would do. But we all know, and we've talked about on this show before, that if you have somebody that you love and they're dying, you can cryogenically freeze that person. Right? You can do it. It's not cheap, it's not common, but you can cryogenically freeze somebody. They put you in like a deep freeze, and then they hope that eventually they can not only cure whatever disease you had, but then they can like put your head on a robot or something.
Bring you back. Does it look like it has been shown in the movies? I mean, pretty much Austin Powers is what I'm referring to in my head.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like that in real life. Do we have any pictures of it?
There's no like window into the things where they cryogenically store people. Like on Futurama, there would be like a clear area, and you'd see the head or something.
But I think also to her point, you're not in a like block of ice, right? You're just you're in a chamber or drawer or something. And
if it wasn't being used to cryogenically freeze people, you would think somebody was making beer in it. That's what it looks like.
Okay,
it looks like
what you mean.
Big like beer equipment kind of stuff. And this guy is 57 years old. His name's Gui Junmin, and his wife had lung cancer. Poor thing. And his wife passes, and he makes the decision to cryogenically freeze his wife's body with the hope that in the future she could be revived and they could cure her. And now he's found a new partner, and he's going to get remarried, or he's going to get married to somebody else. And people are coming after him saying, well, what are you doing here? You can't properly represent this person you've cryogenically frozen if you've fallen in love with someone new. You can't do that. You're a bad person. And he's facing a backlash for finding love as his wife is stored at negative 196 degrees right now.
I mean, should have added that to the vows, no?
I think there's no chance they're bringing any of these people back to begin with. But if you had somebody who you loved and they died, and then years and years and years and years passed, and they were cryogenically frozen, I think you should feel free to date and marry and have sex.
They're
with
dead.
other people.
It's till death do us part. They're dead.
Yeah. And if they cryogenically bring them back, then you can have an awkward conversation.
Sure.
Then you can be like, "Oh my God,
just an
didn't
update
expect
for
this." It could be a little weird, but I think that will be something that people shouldn't go against. What do you think? Let us know. Send us a dispatch. Respond to the show with your audio or video dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com right now.
The thing I wonder the most about the cryogenics is how much does it cost to keep somebody frozen this long? Like
a lot.
Like refrigeration ain't cheap.
No.
You're paying some sort of yearly fee, I'm sure, to keep this person on ice. And when the money runs out, do these people just like turn off the freezer,
right?
Unload the body
that would be
and
so brutal.
Dispose of it?
They just put them on your doorstep.
Is there
like, how long is that subscription for? What if you die? Who's paying for it?
Typical cost. Here we go. Whole body cryopreservation is $150,000 to $250,000. That's your whole body. That's like the whole shebang. Neuro, which is just your head and your brain, which is what I was talking about before. Just your head and your brain is $80,000 to $120,000. And then membership fees are around $700 a year.
That is less than I thought it would be.
Way less than I thought.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot up front if you're going to do it that way. But then, you got maintenance and stuff. Yeah, annual maintenance, $100 to $500 per year. There's premiums over the life of all of this stuff. Membership dues, which seems so weird. You could be in Arizona or Michigan. Those are the two main places where they'll put you.
How many people are frozen right now? Do we know?
How many total people are frozen?
But I want to know what the protocol is and have you already paid for the end of this? Like if it doesn't work out, like did you do a first and last month's kind of thing where when you run out of money, that last month goes to taking the body out, cremating it, and disposing of it?
It could be. There are roughly 500 to 600 people worldwide who have been cryogenically preserved, which is kind of crazy.
Lower than I thought.
Yeah, that's worldwide. That's globally. Let's see how many just in the U.S. Because obviously 500 to 600 in the entire world.
Well, that's a good question because they mentioned Russia as one of the places you can get this done because it's cheaper and less regulated.
Oh, yeah. Really? So it's just willy-nilly over there?
Yeah, a little bit.
Dave's garage, you just go over there and he's like, look, this is just as good as Alcor Life Extension Foundation.
It's Kremlin Cryogenics. Get it right.
About 300 of them are in the United States of America, according to this here. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com, tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Brad emails the show. Hollywood Brad is talking about how I was questioning on the show last week. I said, is it weird if I put myself as an executive producer of the roast? And Brad says, hey, Sean, regarding your question of whether you deserve an EP credit, in my opinion, you deserve at least the EP credit, if not the producer credit, which is a bigger credit. I had no idea. He's saying that the executive producer credits are not as big as the producer credit.
If this hadn't come from Hollywood Brad, I would be questioning it.
Yeah, because executive producer sounds like the main producer. Executive producer credits are given out like candy. On most shows, there'll be credits for like 10 or 15 executive producers, but only 1 or 2 producers, which is how you know they're actually in charge. EPs or executive producers are writers, actors, and people who own the production company. Most of them do exactly no producing. The producer is the one that shepherds the show from pre-production to post-production and everything in between. Just my 2 cents based on all the shows and movies I've worked on, says Brad. Very interesting.
That's sort of similar to what we talked about a little bit last week, where all of the people with EP credits are usually like either put up money for it or it was part of a deal. And I've noticed, and this is super annoying to me, because I think skip intro should mean skip the damn intro. Skip every part of the intro. If I hit the button, I want the show to start. And lately I've been noticing shows where you skip intro and they show you like the last 10 seconds of the intro and all the people with executive producer credits, those still roll. So
really?
One of the shows that has a pretty lengthy ish intro, not as bad as the morning show because that one takes forever. That's like Orange is the New Black length of intro. But you hit skip intro, and Only Murders in the Building goes to the last 10 seconds, and Steve Martin, Martin Short, Selena Gomez, all executive producers, all of those run. You still get to see them.
Wow.
Even though you were supposed to have skipped this.
And you also see them acting. So what is the point of that?
But they want the on-screen credits. I wonder if that's like a labor dispute. I wonder if there was like a labor dispute where they said, no, technology now is taking away our credits from this, and people are skipping right by that. I never even thought of that until you said that, but that's interesting. Brad, let us know. Maybe Brad knows about that. He's our Hollywood guy. And email tips@thenewsjunkie.com if you can give us a little more insight on this. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we have to get into the new, finally, we'll get to this at the top of the hour, updates, actual information on how that 18-year-old girl died on the cruise ship. There's been so much speculation, but now we have some information coming out. So we'll get to that at the top of the hour. We've got a bunch of other things to talk about throughout the course of the day today, including they're just openly cursing on cable media now. I got clips galore, and we got you as well along for the ride on To Share the Show Tuesday. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Real Music Weekends. Classic Alternative. This weather report.
A few degrees above average.
Hello. Folks, I'm going to need you to stand by if you don't mind. Stand by. I've got to go get the weekend edition outline that is on the printer.
Emergency in Winter Garden is now open 24/7. Visit hcafloridahealthcare.com. This emergency department is part of HCA Florida Osceola Hospital, not an urgent care center. Services billed at hospital rates.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. They've been trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct hurricane impact windows, with most installs done in less than 8 weeks. If you still have those old single pane aluminum windows, let me see out. It's costing you money, and now the giveaway is bigger than ever. So if you want to get yourself some new windows, you want to do that.
Quick note.
Here's how you could win $25,000 in new windows, absolutely free. Just pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. If you've entered before, you're automatically eligible for the win of $25,000 in new windows. So don't wait. Pick up your phone now. Text the word WOW to 20129 for Reese Windows and Doors.
Okay. All set, everybody. Got the electrician coming today after the show. And Austin will be here as well to figure out the final studio lighting situation. I've got the mounts already. I've got to order the lights. The electrician's going to figure out how to wire everything up to basically make it like daylight in this room with all of these studio panel lights. It's going to look so much better. It's going to be the final like little cherry on top in this studio. Can't wait. The final solution, yes, is upon us. Hubble was part of the final solution. There's always going to be little changes and upgrades and stuff as we go along, but the lighting sucks, and that has been a problem from the jump, and that starts to end soon. Can I sit back down now? I was standing by. Yes, you can indeed sit down. Thank you, Beefy King. Appreciate you, friend. Thank you.
That's what life imaging is all about. Finding out in advance so that you don't deal with issues down the road. And remember, this is a free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a 6.
Just a quick note as well for everybody. God, today's insane. After the show, after the after party, after the podcast, after all of this stuff, then we will be doing secret shows tonight. Because C-Lane is out of town later this week going to New York City. So secret shows will be live tonight around 7:30. on the Discord. 90 seconds and we're back.
Stomach issues again? Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea.
Did you actually buy a truss for the ceiling? No. We found what I think might be a better way to do it. The problem is, and I know this is like esoteric and you probably don't care, but when you have an audio studio and you introduce any kind of dimming into the equation, it can enter into the audio system and make noises and buzzes and sounds. So we're trying to do things in a way where this studio gets fully beautifully illuminated, but doesn't degrade the sound. And now you know too much. Did you hear Trump tell a reporter, shut up, piggy? I've got that. We're going to examine the audio and see what we think was said, and we'll go over it. That's on the way. All right, we're back in 30.
And works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it. Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Let's talk turkey.
The free iHeartRadio app is the #1 app for radio. No stuffing.
Just live radio, 24/7 news, live sports, and your favorite podcasts. And you can save them all with easy presets.
Get what millions are already thankful for.
The free iHeartRadio app.
The #1 app for radio.
Everdor shows up or pays up. If they're late, you get $25 off, guaranteed. That's the Everdor way. Fast, reliable, no waiting around. Book now at Everdor.com. Everdor, the garage door that lasts evermore.
If you want to buy or sell your home quickly, call Nickley. Download a free home buyer's guide at thenickley.com.
Mainlining today's top stories. You're listening to the news junkie, Sean Wasson.
To those of you saying, what's going on with the website, the app, all this stuff is down, what's going on with the news junkie? It was the whole internet kicked in the crotch this week. It wasn't just the newsjunkie.com that was down today. It was all sorts of different outlets that were down as a result of this. And perhaps there were some other things going on. But the website's up and running. You can join us with a dispatch. Send your video or audio dispatch right now at thenewsjunkie.com. All right. Makes me shake just thinking about it. We'll get to those dispatches here in a moment. I see so many stories every day that are intended to turn me against Gen Z. Gen Z, don't worry. It's not going to work, okay? It's not going to work. They're not going to turn me against you. I know you got plenty of things to complain about. I know the oldos have made the houses more expensive. I know that the job market kind of sucks out there for you. I know that it's not as easy to be a young person, all right? I feel you. I understand you. I also think you're out of control. And it is because of a story that came out this week in The Morning Brew, which is a good email to keep up with if you want to follow what's going on in the news and you don't want a bunch of really partisan nonsense. They're pretty good at themorningbrew.com, I think. And they had a story out about Gen Z and one thing that they're really into, I guess. Here's what it says. It says, Gen Z would love to eat dinner right next to you. In the name of human connection, I don't really associate Gen Z with human connection that much, but, here you go. Young adults embrace the divisive trend of communal dining this year. Don't be surprised if they revive hitchhiking next. The reservation company's survey of 1,000 people who eat out in the United States said 90% of Gen Z diners say they like sitting at shared tables, compared to just 60% of baby boomers and others. Among fans of communal dining, 63% cited the possibility of meeting new friends or crushes as a major draw. I got to tell you, I don't know if it's because I'm not really looking for new friends and crushes or what, but I am beyond boomer in this category. I hate communal dining. I don't like it at all. I think I've only
done it once. I mean, from what I understand, it's like, the lunchroom, essentially.
Like the Savannah place you talked about.
So that was the one time I did it. And I've got to say, it was great, but I was also at a table of 8, 6 of us came together, and there was a couple
Right. So
that
you guys like had the majority of the table.
And they were older and like, we just love seeing friends like this. We're going to tell our kids about it. But that was about it.
See, I don't mind it, but pretty much the only place I do it is like a hibachi place. Like a Kobe or a Benihana is the only place.
That's different, though, is it not? Like, that is made to be a little social, interactive entertainment experience.
But also the things that you list in that article that people like it for, where they're like, I could meet new friends or maybe a crush. I do not think of that part of communal, like the communal dining. I don't think of any of that. Like, I've never, even when I was single, thought like, maybe I'll meet my crush while during the onion volcano. You know,
what
like,
better time?
It's more like meeting vacation friends. Like, you're never going to see these people again, especially if you go to the one, like for us, in a more touristy area. It's likely they are on vacation, so you're definitely not going to see them. But I don't think I've ever like had any interaction like that at a more communal table and thought, I'm getting this person's number.
I mean, you kind of get that without the food per se when you sit at the bar next to somebody.
A little bit, yeah.
Sometimes you chat, sometimes you don't.
This is weird to me because it's so many. Like, think of younger people, like 20-something and below. 90% of Gen Zers say they like sitting at shared tables in these restaurants. They want more restaurants to go to this shared table format, which could have an impact on you at some point in time. You go into Applebee's and it's all a big, giant shared seating thing because they want to bring in Gen Z, right? And boomers, only 60% of them like this. I must be in this fringe minority on this. All of my experience like this, I had a guy I sat down next to in the last couple of weeks. All right. If you met me in the last couple of weeks, it wasn't you. I promise. It wasn't you. This guy sits down next to me. I'm, of course, sitting next to Courtney. We're always chatting. We are always in some sort of conversation, and that'll never end. But the people always try to sit down next to us, and they'll try to engage in some sort of conversation, which is fine. Like, if you see me out in public, don't be scared of me. Come up and say hi. I appreciate it. All that stuff, right? It's happened a lot as of late. I appreciate it.
He's lying.
It's not. I'm not lying. I love it. People come up, they say hello, everything's good. Unless you're really drunk. It's always the most awkward encounter. This guy the other day, though, communal sitting, he's sitting next to me at the bar, and he taps me on my elbow, like elbow to elbow, and he kind of leans in, and I have no idea who this guy is. No idea. And he goes, oh, God, my wife is such a bitch, am I right?
Oh, and that's so awkward.
His wife is sitting next to him, and I go, I don't know you. I don't know your wife. I'm not going to get into some conversation about whether or not she's a bitch. I don't want to engage. So I go, oh, man, that's crazy. And then I physically turn my entire body towards Courtney and just like directly talk to her. So
let me guess. They didn't take that in, though.
No, they were
don't
fine.
read body language. There are some people where it's like you can be completely turned around and they still want to chat.
I've seen a little bit of that too, but these people were fine. Once like I turned over and started talking, it ended the occurrence. And I'm sure they were plenty nice, but like for me, there's so many situations where you go to a restaurant and you sit down at a communal table or like a big picnic table or whatever. It's awkward. It is awkward. And I don't know that I'm going to meet somebody and be a pal with them. I would love that. I would love to be, oh, man, you're awesome. And then make a best friend out of it. But I, generally speaking, do not like that at all. But I feel like, according to this data, I'm absolutely in the minority. I'll go to the survey, the actual data, and see what it says. But anyhow, let us know how you feel about that. Give us a dispatch with your thoughts over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's see what we got here. Lots of you are chiming in today, and many of you are sending in these dispatches. Here is, let's see, people talking about cryogenically frozen people. Let's go to this one first. Here's Taz talking about this new rise in interest in like eating with all these strangers.
What's going on, News Junkies? Hey, as far as that communal dining, there's a pretty cool place over on I-Drive called OPA.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's communal dining, and then they get up on the tables and dance, and everybody else gets up on the tables and dance. It's a pretty fun time, but just to go out for a normal dinner and do communal dining, don't know about that. Anyways, have a great day, guys.
Yeah, I get the draw at a place like that where there's like belly dancers, everybody's saying Opa and throwing the napkins.
But have you been just by yourself? Every time I've gone to Opa, it's like with 12 other people.
Usually, it's a party. It's usually, it's one of those places where you go in and they go, "What are you guys celebrating today?"
A birthday.
And if you're not celebrating anything, you feel weird because you're not celebrating something.
Like they're going to shame you. Like, these guys are just here to eat.
I've gone to Melting Pot and made up birthdays before just because they're like, "What are you guys here to celebrate?" You're like, "It's my friend's birthday."
You're by yourself,
something.
Sir.
Yeah,
it's just a Tuesday.
Yeah, well, they're going to their own Melting Pot, and I'm going to my Melting Pot in sort of a virtual thing. It's anti-communal eating.
It's like in Forgetting Sarah Marshall when What's His Nuts is like the host. He's at the host stand and he just wants a table for one. He goes, "Guy wants a table for one?"
But what ended up happening? He ended up getting drunk and finding new friends.
He did.
I'm not saying that can't happen. It can happen. It does happen. But if I have the choice, I want a nice little private table so I can enjoy whatever I'm enjoying and enjoy the service and all of those things. I don't necessarily find myself to be the person who's like, "Oh, hell yeah, we sit down with a big table full of other random people? That sounds fantastic." That is worse than the vibes you get at a Thanksgiving meal where you don't really know anybody.
Uh-huh.
You get invited to somebody's Thanksgiving meal and you're like,
and your advice for
aunts, and my advice is to say no. Just say no. Don't go to them. That's what I'd say. But let us know if you are against this, for this, what your thoughts are. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's see. Somebody's chiming in about movie and TV credits. They said, "What I can't understand is why so many movies and TV shows waste the first few minutes of the show when you can really grab the viewer, wastefully listing all the executive producers, hair and dress designers, screenwriters, all of that stuff. No one cares about those credits until after the movie, when you might want to check out who did what." I absolutely agree with you, number one. But number two, I really think this is like possibly a lobbying thing within Hollywood where they go, "No, we deserve credit." Because while we, the viewer, don't care, I think a lot of these people who take part in these productions go, if it's popular, I want some casting person or some executive who's working on another production to go, "Oh, here's who is involved in this." And if I want to make something good like this, I might want to hire that person or that actor.
Well, also, I would argue the idea of the extra long intro is more of a problem on streaming only platforms as opposed to your old way of watching TV where it just comes on. Maybe if you're trying to get somebody hooked in, it comes on after the thing you were watching before, and you just take a couple minutes to see if you're going to like this thing.
Yeah.
Also, typically with brand new shows, I think it happens at least the first episode, it's not as bad.
Right. Yeah. I think that there is something that pushes the actors, the people who worked hard on these productions, to want to make sure that they get that focus and that attention. Anybody else chime in? Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. If you want to be anonymous, put that on top of your email or fire off a dispatch for us at thenewsjunkie.com right now. I've got this audio of Trump possibly calling somebody a piggy, but we got to hear that. We got to enhance, listen, zoom in, see what was really said. Did Trump call this reporter a piggy? We'll get to that eventually. When we come back, though, I want to finally shed some light on this 18-year-old girl, Anna Kepner. I never know what to say. 18 years old, is it normal to say 18-year-old girl still? Or is that 18-year-old woman?
She's an adult. Say a woman.
Yeah. She's a high schooler, which is, she's 18, but she's still in high school. Huh. And she died on this Carnival cruise ship. And there have been so many rumors about this 18-year-old, what happened, how she died on this cruise, speculation everywhere. We finally have some information, and we'll get to that. It's pretty explosive, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Tampa Bay Bucks head west for a Sunday night matchup versus the LA Rams. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. this Sunday on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app. Presented by First Horizon Bank and Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic's flowing freely pretty much on the Greenway northbound, approaching State Road 408, although the right lane's still blocked there. A crash is getting cleared up on Altamont Drive at Forest City Road. 2 right lanes are blocked on Kirkman Road southbound at Metro West Boulevard. There's congestion starting to pile up on I-4 heading through the city near that 408 interchange. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. When you're trying to find quality candidates, all the searching, screening, and interviewing can become a job itself. You need Indeed, the all-in-one platform that makes it easy to interview, screen, and hire quality people. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
If you want to find out about a reverse mortgage, that mortgage guy Don can help. Rates are improving, and that makes the terms even more favorable. If you want to find out how it works, so easy. That mortgage guy Don will get you some numbers and explain the details, and then you decide if it makes sense for you to proceed. A reverse mortgage can be a lifesaver, especially for people over 62 on a fixed income. So get a quote today with no hard credit inquiry, and most importantly, work with an expert and a friend that you could trust. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Feliz Navidad.
Magic 107.7.
It's the
Hello. Noon coming up here on the show. Hit that like button on a Share the Show Tuesday. Rachel says, had to jump in. Watson doesn't realize that most people turn 18 while in their senior year of high school. Of course I do. But most people turn 18, I think, toward the end of it. This was, well, it's toward the end of the year, I guess. So it's, what is it, August is your kind of start date or something? So if she's 18 now, she's going to be older than I would guess, like 80 to 90% of that class that she's in.
Want to win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
Suppose you're white, okay? I'll suppose that. And the server leads you to a table and you realize it's a shared table with another couple. You wanted your own table. The couple is black. What do? I mean, don't be weird. Just sit down and have a meal and talk to other human beings. That's what I would do. Or I would not go to a place that had the shared seating if I didn't want it that bad. She went to such a small school, everybody over her knew her. I hear you, but you can literally turn 18 on the first month of school. Yes, but I'm saying most people aren't. So when you hear that a girl is on a cruise ship who died and she's 18 years old, she's an adult at that point in time, you don't necessarily think of, oh yes, by the way, she's in high school, because she's an older high school. Nicole says, I was 17 at graduation. Angry Low Viking says, interesting how Wasson will explain away calling a reporter a piggy. This is the kind of stuff I want to weed out. This is the kind of stuff I want to get rid of. Angry Little Viking, I'm going to give you a second here, okay? What have I said about this clip so far? What have I said that is me explaining away what happened? Go ahead, I'll give you a second here. What have I said about this?
This Thanksgiving, give thanks for the hands that grow your food.
AJ, I am absolutely going to play that. I got it queued up and ready to go. You're very good with video, by the way. Good for you.
Is flavor you can feel good about, because when it's grown here, it's grown with care, pride, and purpose. As you gather around your table, remember to celebrate the people, the land, and the passion that goes into every harvest. Fresh from Florida, Trace is grown here.
Maybe.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. The good news is, tobacco-free Florida is here.
I was 18 in high school. What the F, Sean? But is it that some of you just want to argue over shit or what? Like, if it's not even 2026 and the class of 2026 has some members of it that are 18,
those members are probably going to be in the minority. The further along you get into 2025, the less so. But it's more rare. When I hear 18-year-old person, I often think that person has graduated out of high school. That's most 18-year-olds are probably just graduating or have graduated. It's not that complicated.
Limited time, we're offering listeners 10% off their first order. Use this code, Tucker10.
The context of stating, going over exactly what Trump said. What if exactly what Trump said from my mouth was piggy? You have no idea what I'm going to say. You are only making things up in your head. You're making up straw men in real time because your brain is a melted piece of clay. It is a melted down hunk of horse shit that is attached to the top of your brain and has been infected with politics. Stop, please. Stop. 1 minute. I was turning 20 when I graduated? No. 20? 20 is too old, right? I mean, I know that they'll let you stay if you failed a year. You could be 19, but can you be 20? Or 21? Jesus. Buying beer for the high schoolers? Christ. All right, here we go. Coming back.
Nasal congestion and work 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it. Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get Super Sure. Coming soon.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Radio 104.1.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
Want to. I'd rather not, but here we are. We'll get to your dispatches in just a moment over on thenewsjunkie.com. That's the website. That's where you can find out all about the show. You can subscribe to secret shows if you're feeling crazy. And you can also send us a dispatch. So I want to hear those real quick here. Send yours now at thenewsjunkie.com. So people on chat were trying to fight over the idea that I thought this was a little weird that this girl who died on this cruise ship mysteriously was 18 but still in high school. And that's because most kids, if you're 18, you're at the tail end. You're at the very tail end of high school. It all depends on when you start high school. But if I hear that there was an 18-year-old girl and she was on a cruise, I'm thinking, well, maybe she's already graduated, Maybe she's already moving on with her life. Maybe she's partying before she's getting ready to go off to college or something. And I thought it makes her seem younger to say 18-year-old and still in high school, which obviously is some portion of kids in their final year. Well, I remember lots of people were 18, obviously, but not too much older.
I graduated at 17, but it was because I started school early and I went to a private school, I went to a church school, and then continued private school because we had that cutoff date thing where they said no matter what your, what test scores you might have had, you have to start kindergarten at this point if you were born before this day or after this day.
September for
yeah. Well, I was on whatever side of the cutoff day that they wanted me if I went to public school to repeat kindergarten, and my parents were like, hell no. So I graduated at 17. But if I had gone by the norm of the county at the time, I would have graduated at 18, and I would have been 18 for probably a handful of months, maybe half a year.
You would have been the cool older one that can get SIGs for everybody or something.
Not to belabor the point at all here, But before we get into this woman dying on this cruise ship, and finally some information coming out as to why this 18-year-old died. When I was saying earlier, I was like, do I call her a girl or a woman? She's 18 years old. I feel like you're a woman at 18, I guess. Like legally speaking.
You can still say
maybe?
Teenager, you know.
But I wouldn't call people in a high school women. You know what I mean? Like if somebody was like, these are 18-year-old girls at the local high school, I would be like, oh, these are girls. I wouldn't be like, some of these women at the high school. I don't know.
High school women, it would be strange.
It feels uncomfortable for some reason. And maybe it's not, but anyhow, that's kind of going on behind the scenes as we talk about this. But we do have some information now, some shocking details coming out about this Florida high schooler who mysteriously died on a Carnival cruise. And they've posted all of these last final like social media posts that she has. Here she is on the ship. Here she is singing along to some song on social media. Here she is, like the final post that they do before she ended up dying. And as I said, when I hear somebody's on a Carnival cruise and they ended up dying, I almost always think that the person went overboard. I almost always think that the person was either drunk or like, maybe somebody dropped them or something. In this case, it was like, what's happening here? Her body was still in her cabin. So what does this mean? And then the FBI is investigating this 18-year-old who died on the cruise ship. Now they are confirming, according to a couple of news outlets, I don't know if they're right about this, but they are confirming at a couple of news outlets that she was indeed found stuffed in a blanket under a bed on the ship.
Jeez.
Now that doesn't seem accidental, right? Like if you are found stuffed underneath a bed, wrapped in a sheet,
someone else did that.
Somebody killed you, right? Like there's no other way. Like, I wouldn't go, I'm going to take a bunch of drugs and roll up like a burrito and put myself underneath my bed, I don't think.
So I will play a little bit of the sus devil's advocate, but we've had this conversation where it was the lady in Philly who stabbed herself like 30 times. And most of the people were like, you can't stab yourself that much if you're trying to. So is there a possibility that if you want to end your life, that you can wrap yourself up before that?
Anything's possible. Let's see what else we're learning here. Anna Kepner, 18, died on a cruise in international waters between Mexico and Florida. On November 6th, she complained that she didn't feel well, and she went to her cabin after dinner on the ship. So it's like a day at sea on this cruise. She says, as she's eating, I don't feel well. She goes back to her cabin. The next day, when her dad and stepmother gathered the family for breakfast, they noticed that Kepner was missing. At about 11 a.m., a maid reportedly found Kepner's body stuffed under a bed. According to this, she was found wrapped in a blanket and covered with life jackets. We were there as a family. Everybody was questioned. Everybody came off that ship. I don't know who they were looking at or what their investigation is. The FBI hasn't shared anything with me yet, said the father. I would imagine they're going to be in contact with me about it, but I know as little as anybody else, he continues to say. I have no idea what's going on right now. We're just trying to sit and wait for answers. But if they are truly confirming that she was wrapped up like a burrito, got life vests on her and stuff. This is a reporter on Twitter, but it comes from the Daily Mail. The Daily Mail was one of, I think, 2 outlets that ran with the story that they were confirming. This is the New York Post has this too. I'll try to find some others that are a little less salacious, I guess. But a Florida high school cheerleader who died on a Carnival cruise ship was found by a maid wrapped in a blanket and stuffed under a bed, according to a report. Anna Kepner was on this 6-day Caribbean cruise. 2 sources told the Daily Mail that the high schooler from Titusville, Florida, was wrapped in a blanket, covered in life jackets, and shoved underneath the bed when she was found dead.
All right, just quickly pointing out on the side here, when I Google her name, 3 different news outlets use the word teen. I haven't seen girl or woman. Maybe they're just like, let's stick with teen. It's kind of in the middle. Yeah. It's not weird either way.
Yeah. So, they are. I'm seeing the same thing you're seeing right now. They're confirming it. One news outlet. Remember, that could be nonsense, but they're suggesting that this person was found by a maid, wrapped in blankets under the bed. It's early. We don't know enough information, but that seems a little murdery. that seems a little bit murdery to me.
A bit.
So, interesting story, lots of twists and turns, and we'll see if we get any other updates on all of this. Let's see what you got. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com, and Sport says, happy Share the Show Tuesday. Well, hello to you. My wife and I were on a cruise a few years back to Alaska, and we went and ate at a restaurant on one of the ports. As we walked in, we gave our name. The lady asked if we wanted to do the family shared dining experience, and we didn't know what that was, so we said no. But we asked, what is it? Now I'm not sure if it's communal dining or not, but they basically get 4 couples that do not know each other. You all sit at the same table, and you all have to agree upon 1 entree, 2 sides, and a dessert.
Okay, no.
I'm not picking dinner with strangers. No way. Basically, each person has the same exact meal and talks as if they were with real family members. We thought it was weird. Anyways, we didn't want to try it, but they said it was a good market for their tourists. Keep up the work, says Sport. Thank you for the email. I'm not sure where everybody lands on this. I just am firmly in these random push together people and have a meal together things. It could be interesting, but it's kind of like, it's a crapshoot like your airplane seat. I have had people who have sat next to me on flights over the years who were cool. I had a couple of people who I would start talking to, and then I'd put down whatever I was doing. I'd spend the rest of the flight talking to that person because I thought they were interesting and they were asking questions about where we were going, and I was familiar with the place we were going, and it's great. But mostly, think about the last 5 flights you were on. Does the person next to you really brighten your day? Do they really add to the experience? It's like that, but you're just eating dinner. That just seems weird to me. But the story says that Gen Z in particular, kids who are scared to pick up the phone half the time, don't really want to talk to people, do want to eat communally with other people. So interesting nonetheless. Thank you to Sean for the gifted sub, the Secret Show sub over there on thenewsjunkie.com. Somebody grab that while you can. Get that and make it yours. Let's get to the audio of Trump talking on Air Force One. Let's examine this. People are saying that Trump told the reporter to quiet Piggy. Quiet Piggy is what the quote is. The problem is it's always hard to hear stuff on Air Force One. So I'm going to bump this up as much as I can, and I want to see what we're saying here. Apparently, this reporter was getting a little tense back and forth with Trump, and this female reporter was cutting in here and there, and so I guess he didn't like that. But did he say quiet Piggy? We'll try to determine. Listen in.
You got to find out what did he know with respect to Bill Clinton, with respect to the head of Harvard, with respect to all of those people that he knew, including J.P. Morgan.
Obviously, very loud airplane, Air Force One, et cetera, et cetera. He's talking about the release of the Epstein file stuff. You know, that was a big story this week. This is the part where he allegedly calls the reporter a piggy.
Yeah, Jennifer, go ahead.
Incriminating in the file, Venezuela, sir. Why are you using this? Venezuela, sir, you've had a lot of meetings.
No idea. I heard quiet for sure, but I don't know what that next word was.
Is her name Peggy by any chance?
That's a good question. Her name is super important. If you guys could find out what the reporter's name was that he was talking to, that's important to this. But
Venezuela, sir.
I got to bring it back a little further. He definitely said quiet and pointed at her.
Venezuela, sir, you've had a lot.
Quiet something. And they're saying Piggy in a lot of the reports about it.
If it's Piggy, it sounds like he said it Piggy.
Well,
I hear like a C. I honestly hear a C before it. I thought he said comedian. I thought he said that. Listen to this again with that in mind. It's very hard to hear. I can't really get much of anything about it. No idea. No idea. But a lot of reports say that he said Piggy to this person. Did we find a name on there?
No. So I'm just looked up USA Today's story on it, and Jennifer Jacobs is a CBS News White House reporter, also part of the gaggle for her social media posts.
Mm-hmm.
It shows Trump calling on a Jennifer for a question shortly before turning to the other reporter, and saying, according to Jennifer, quiet Piggy.
Well, we know he didn't say Jennifer. That was definitely not 1,000% not a Jennifer.
That's
Maybe
according
I could
to
find
Jennifer at CBS.
maybe I could find some better audio of that. I'd love to hear if you have like a better quality version of that. I'd love to enhance.
Yeah, so it looks to be it was Jennifer Jacobs from Bloomberg.
That was the person who was talking back and forth.
At Bloomberg's Catherine Lucy.
Okay. I'll bring it back up. We'll go over this again here. I'll try to find some better audio. Hit us up with your reaction. Tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com in just a moment. When we come back, we'll get some more of that. We'll get to a teacher who is freaking out. Why is this teacher saying, what's going on with the kids? Question mark. Wait till you hear her complaints. And I think they're pretty important. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Jim Colbert Show. Out of context.
I am not a chocolate sucker. What I do like to do, though, is bite them in half and extrude the peanut while the shells of the M&M are dead in my mouth.
That's what it is. You're a nut sucker.
I'm not a nut sucker, Deborah.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
On the major roadways, you won't be running into any trouble, just typical delays piling up. On the Greenway northbound before State Road 408, we got crews off to the shoulder clearing up that crash. That's not causing any problems. There's an accident reported on Colonial Drive at Alafaya Trail. Look out for emergency crews on the roadways there. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida West Orange Emergency. HCA Florida West Orange Emergency in Winter Garden is now open 24/7. Visit HCA Florida.
Hello. I got better audio of that, by the way. Better audio. By the way, 3 minutes left, and we're back. I'm going to be watching even closer what's going on. If it turns out there was a murder on this cruise ship and this 18-year-old, this teenager, was murdered, that's going to be a pretty big story. That's going to blow up into a pretty big story. I'm sure they're like doing all the proper investigation and stuff right now, and it's not really pertinent to tell more info. Although I wish that the father knew more info, for God's sake.
Here's the really big news.
He said quiet hippie? I don't know. I can't tell. But we'll listen to it again. We'll get a little more enhanced audio.
Renewal by Anderson's acclaimed impact windows and doors are built for Florida homes.
Here's the thing. I saw a photo of the woman he was talking to, and she wasn't even fat.
You save on energy bills year-round.
So Piggy doesn't even make any sense.
Natural light while reducing heat loss and boosting your comfort. William McGreeson says our horizontal slab.
Unless he just calls everybody Piggy.
Beautiful.
Could be.
Above the rest. Their installation is very professional, a very good experience.
If she was murdered, would they still be the fun ship?
Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to see.
I mean, there's not a lot of cruise ship murders. The bigger problem is people jumping off or falling off of cruise ships, and people like getting too drunk at the destinations and not showing back up. But to be found dead, if it's true, wrapped up in sheets under your bed, that's crazy. How is that David artist is still walking around a free person? I don't know, man. Dan says his insults don't make sense a lot of the time. That is true. That is absolutely true. I mean, Meatball Ron, he tried to make a thing for a while. Meatball Ron? Shut your... I'm not even going to repeat that, Big House. I'm not even repeating that. We're coming back. You foul-mouthed animals in chat. She definitely is curvy. I didn't think so. I thought she just looked like regular average weight. There's nothing about that seemed interesting to me. But maybe. We'll see. Coming back.
Use as directed.
Hey, it's Ed Helms, host of Snafu, my podcast about history's greatest screw-ups. On our new season, we're bringing you a new Snafu every single episode.
32 lost nuclear weapons? You're like, wait, stop? What?
Yeah, it's going to be a whole lot of history, a whole lot of funny, and a whole lot of fabulous guests. Paul Scheer, Angela and Jenna, Nick Kroll, Jordan Klepper. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Snafu with Ed Helms, and listen now.
Most impact windows from Reese Windows and Doors are installed in just 6 to 8 weeks. Visit reesewindows.com.
Tackling sensitive subjects with unparalleled irreverence.
Want to share the show Tuesday, which, if you're new around here, that's simple. It's nothing weird. It just means that if you share the show today, that'd be really cool. Share the show. What does that mean? It means that you take a link to the podcast or to like the YouTube channel and you send it along to a friend, or you go to thenewsjunkie.com/share. You'll see all of our social media profiles and you just follow along over there, whomever you'd like to follow. Any of those things, or just tell somebody about the News Junkie radio show. That'd be great. I'd love it if you did that. And report back with the dispatcher email telling me how it went. Maybe they just started yelling at you. I got this teacher who's freaking out about a lot of the students in her classroom. There's more and more of these every day. I will tell you, there are a lot of interesting reasons to peruse like these weird subreddits, but one of them that I follow pretty closely, and I don't think it's like the perfect example of what life is like for a teacher, but r/teachers on reddit.com does highlight a lot of teachers struggling with how absolutely stupid a lot of the students in their class are these days. How a lot of the kids don't know how to do the simplest of things. They don't know how to read. They don't know how to write. They don't know how to do simple things. They don't know how to read analog clocks. They don't know how to read analog clocks. They don't know how to, as a teenager in some cases, tie their shoes. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Some of these situations, it's the parents' fault. Mostly it's the parents' fault. Some of these situations, the kid is just lazy and the parent lets them be lazy. And we watched a docuseries over the weekend. Let me see. New Orleans kid killed dad. It was about this young guy in New Orleans. And the son killed his father in the house. You know, the son got into an argument. He was 17 years old. I think it was New Orleans. Maybe it wasn't. But the son was 17 years old, and he was in Baton Rouge. That's it. Anthony Templet. And the Netflix series on this that was out a couple of years ago is called I Just Killed My Dad. Now, it starts
pretty straightforward.
It is right to the point, C-Lane, yes. It's right to the point, and so is the docu-series over on Netflix. It starts out with a 911 call where he's like, hey, this is my name. I'm just calling to tell you I just killed my dad. What happened? Well, we got into a fight, and I shot him a couple of times. And this whole story plays out, and the story is not super relevant to what I'm saying. Just if you want to watch it, go watch I Just Killed My Dad. But in it, you learn that this father, when the son was 5 years old, he took the son away from the custody of his mother, and the son was somewhat of a missing kid at the time.
Oh.
So it's complicated, but the kid was basically a missing kid. He took this 5-year-old away from his mother, and then he didn't want to get caught with this 5-year-old that was his son, so he didn't enroll him in school. And Courtney and I were talking about this because after this kid shoots and kills his father, he's in the police interrogation room and he's speaking with them. And you really quickly learn that though he's 17, he's dumb, incredibly dumb, doesn't know very basic things, doesn't understand simple sayings. They asked him, can you write? And he goes, I can write every single letter in the alphabet. And it's because the only thing he could write was all of the letters. He can't write like sentences and words and stuff. And it turned out that his father, because he didn't want to get caught with his son that he had basically kidnapped, the father never enrolled him in school. And Courtney and I were talking, and I was like, this is seriously one of the most unforgivable forms of child abuse to me. If you take a child and you do not give them access to education, from all of the research that I have seen over the years, there is almost no way to undo that.
He doesn't know how to write any words, but he does know how to shoot a gun.
Yes, yeah. He knows how to shoot.
That is problematic.
But knows how to play some video games, but doesn't know simple stuff. Wasn't socialized with other kids. Didn't have all these experiences. That is huge, okay? Like, there's one famous story about this young girl named Jeannie. And I don't even know if you could find this, Elaine. I think they called her like the feral child or something.
Isn't that what Mama was based on?
Maybe. I don't know if that's... I haven't seen what you're talking about specifically, but the one I'm talking about is like Jeannie the Wild Child or something like that.
Yeah, Susan M. Wiley, but they spell it Jeannie like you would rub a lamp and get a genie.
Yeah. And the basic story, you can give me the details there if you don't mind, Elaine, but the basic story was something like this. This couple that was two incredibly limited in function autistic people had a child. So they could barely take care of themselves, but then they got pregnant and had a child, and this young girl, Jeannie, was the child, and they just put her in a room the whole time.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
At 20 months old.
Yeah.
That's when it started. And that first paragraph is just so telling on Wiki. It's it began keeping her in the locked room. During this period, he almost always strapped her to a toilet or bound her in a crib with her arms and legs immobilized.
Yeah. And that's how she grew up. So she never had a chance. She didn't get socialized. She didn't go to school. She didn't learn. She was isolated in this room. She didn't even get to talk to her parents, who were barely functioning to begin with. And once that happens, once you get out of those developmental years, you can't just go back and fix it. It doesn't work that way. It's one of the weird things about humans. If we don't learn how to read and write and do all this stuff by a certain age, it is incredibly difficult to learn it afterwards. Very, 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 very hard. Now these kids don't have basic skills. The teachers are complaining about this. Like this one in particular that's going viral this week. She said the kids don't know how to tie their shoes in teenage years sometimes. The kids don't know any math. They don't know how to read in a lot of cases, yet they continue to get passed from grade to grade to grade, like somehow that's going to solve things. If kids don't pick up these basic skills, they are done for. The Jeannie thing is the most radical representation of that. This kid in Baton Rouge, another like radical version of what happens when you don't get sent off to school and learn stuff.
I mean, if you're not willing to teach your child that, which is awful, you shouldn't have a kid.
No, it's abuse.
But it happens.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In 2025, is there not even a slight chance of them learning this stuff by showing them the YouTube video of it? Giving them some sort of educational person, despite them being on TV, it's a direction they can head, or that's just it.
Yes and no. It's not to say that it's impossible from all the stuff that I've ever seen on this, but imagine this. Imagine you're in that house. You're in the unfortunate position of this Jeannie girl. You don't know enough to know that you need to go on the internet and educate yourself.
Right.
You don't even know that you need to educate yourself. So when you don't learn that part, you're not able to go fill in all of these blanks in your own life, even though all the information is out there. You really stunt yourself. You become like a child for the rest of your life. And it looks like more kids in these earlier grades are doing that. But the story of what's it say on the Wikipedia page is like Jeannie the Wild Child or anything like that? Or
Feral child.
Jeannie the Feral Child. It's absolutely wild to see this.
She might still be alive.
Yeah.
I think she is.
Seeing that as well.
Yeah.
He became a warden of the state at 13. And then they said they just have born. Either she's 67 or 68, but no one knows where she is.
Here she is. She's just like a young girl. She's 13 years old or something, and she doesn't look too different. But when they first met her, I think there's stories of she was like crawling around on all fours and stuff. She was
that's awesome.
as if That's absolutely abusive that anybody would ever do that to her. A couple of documentaries out there about her. I don't remember what the one was called that we ended up watching, but this is what happens when kids don't learn this stuff. It is very, very important that we make sure that, some of these photos are so interesting of her. Like, this is in the hospital yard a few weeks after her admission, displaying her characteristic bunny walk. Like, she walks like a rabbit, kind of, with her hands out in front of her and walks around. Her motor skills were weak. She could neither stand up straight nor fully straighten any of her limbs. She had very little endurance. So these kind of things happen. This is what happens if the kids don't learn stuff at a young age. And her life was obviously completely derailed as a result of that.
Velcro shoes the whole time, I imagine.
Probably. Yeah. And I mean, it's just astounding what can happen in these cases. But go check that out if you have some toilet time with your phone and Wikipedia. Genie, Genie, feral child. That's what you're going to be looking for there. Let's see what you got for us. A lot of dispatches coming in today, so we want to take the temperature and see what's happening where you are. Let's start with a couple of emails very quickly. Somebody says, Kurt, in fact, says, have you ever been to a New York City deli? The now closed Carnegie Deli was all long communal tables, says Kurt. Yeah, I think Katz is a little like that, though not all the way communal.
No,
I think
Katz is just a bunch of tables.
Lots of tables together, but you're pretty packed in. It's a small place. So maybe it just kind of feels more communal. But you're saying Carnegie Deli was all long communal tables, and that's what they did there. There's somebody commenting on...
I know two people who ate together there.
What was that, you?
No, at the Carnegie Deli.
Who's that?
Bowser from Shawnana and Arthur Fonzarelli.
I knew it. I knew I was wandering into some sort of lyric. I didn't know it was going to be, what's his name? Adam
Sandler.
Sandler, yes, the Sandman. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. And somebody emails about this mystery death on the cruise ship of Anna Kepner. Wrapped in a blanket and covered in life jackets. Sounds like one of her siblings did it and was hiding her body. Like when your mom tells you to eat your lima beans and you spit them out and hide the napkin so she doesn't find it. Whoever did it wasn't mature enough to cover what happened, even if it's determined to be accidental, says this particular person. Obviously, all speculation there. I want to see some more details on this. I really would be interested in learning a bit more about that. Here's Insecure Walrus talking about the communal dining topic.
Here in Nashville, where I live, there is a restaurant called Monell's, and it's just about as family-style communal dining as you can get. You show up, and whatever table is open next, they have big tables. They're kind of like picnic style where you sit on either side. They have a few big round ones, but most of the tables seat like 10 to 12 people. And you show up, and when there are 10 to 12 people in line, they take you to a table. And there's no menu. Every day they have like 3 vegetables or 5 vegetables. They have 3 different kinds of meat. You know, they've got a full spread.
Yeah.
And they bring to the table this massive bowl of each dish with a big spoon in it, and you just pass it around. You pass
too
it
communal
down
for me.
like you're at Aunt Linda's house for Thanksgiving dinner, and everybody just talks to each other. And as much as I do not like sitting with other people and the whole communal dining aspect, I've never had a bad experience there. It's just about as southern as you can get. And it's pretty good. If anybody ever comes to Nashville, you ought to give it a try.
Yeah, I think it helps if it's a place where it's established and the clientele is good. That's everything. It depends on that. It's like anything else. The clientele is everything, because if you get a bunch of weirdos, it's not going to be good. It's like they opened a diner in town a while ago, a 24-hour diner. I was so excited about it. And then they hired a bunch of heroin addicts and stuff. And very quickly, the whole experience is ruined by people nodding off in the middle of taking your order, which literally happened to me at this place. So it's about like the folks who are in this shared space with you. If you have a great table, that would be cool. If not, it would be awkward. Here's AJ Soup celebrating having gone to Disc Camp for this weekend for Friendsgiving. Here's AJ Soup.
Hey there, junkies.
Video dispatch.
Happy Share the Show Tuesday. As everyone heard yesterday on the show, this past weekend was our 6th biannual Disc Camp meetup.
Nice.
Where members of the official News Junkie Discord server came together to camp, hang out, dance, and party at our amazing Friendsgiving themed event. This was the largest gathering we've had so far, with 10 weekend campers and a half a dozen additional friends joining us on Saturday for Friendsgiving dinner.
Nice.
And what a dinner it was. with the star of the show being a delicious 18-pound turkey that we roasted over our very own campfire.
Damn.
And we had all the fixins, too. Stuffing, gravy, potatoes.
Look at this.
That's pretty cool looking.
They had a full-on, what's about communal? This is the News Junkie communal out there, all having a big, gorgeous Thanksgiving spread.
All of those campsites look nicer than Swilly's setup that he sent in a picture of yesterday.
I
no
think
offense
Swilly
to Swilly.
took a picture of a homeless camp right before he stayed somewhere else.
Well, wherever they're staying here looks gorgeous. This is pretty nice.
Potatoes, rolls, and green bean casserole. We also shared some amazing gourmet desserts and s'mores around the campfire.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. And of course, we had the open bar and an amazing bartender. And Waterboys even distilled some very strong alcohol right at the campsite, which we were, of course, very responsible with.
Maybe not so much.
And Sean, we even danced and sang along to Kokomo in your honor.
Oh, look at that.
Overall, the event was a huge success, and we hope it will keep growing in the future. So thank you once again to Sean, C-Lane, and Sabrina for bringing together this community of fans. We hope to meet even more of you at Disc Camp in the spring.
Nice. How cool is she? That's so great, AJ Soup. Thank you so much for that. I'm glad everybody had a good time out there. It looks like an absolute blast. It's a good place to meet people. Not at communal tables. Every once in a while, you just meet them online, I guess. And though some of them might be weird, most of them are very, very, very cool over on the News Junkie Discord. Get the link, dive into the always moving chat room over there and just entire social world of the News Junkie Discord. The link's at thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Sharon Osbourne is setting the record straight on the money raised at the Back to the Beginning concert. It looks like someone has to go back to math class. The Plaza Hotel in New York City is allegedly giving you the chance to live out your Kevin McAllister and Home Alone dreams. Plus, Paris Hilton is catching hot for a claim that is not realistic at all. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Loud.
Hello?
Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check at your forecast. And that's right, we're expecting clear skies.
There we go.
Nice and dry out there with low humidity.
There she blows. AJ, that was so cool. What a great job you did on that, on the whole thing, on the whole event and everything. That looks like a real fun time. I'm so happy that turned out great.
Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Football weekend, we're here to help keep you on the road and make sure you're...
I thought it was a church retreat.
Quick stop at Valvoline.
I don't think these people are doing anything you'd see on a church retreat.
Go to VIOC.com for money-saving coupons and to follow
They party, they eat, they have great discussions.
The biggest in U.S. history.
They live life to the fullest.
Solar Source. Whole home solar from just $89 a month. No money down, guaranteed performance and maintenance included. Save up to 40% on your power bill immediately.
Definitely, AJ.
Trusted by NASA.
Well edited montage. That's what I said. Very impressive.
Get exclusive savings.
Love it.
Tell them Jack from Real Radio sent you. Visit solarsource.com/monsters.
I was the only sober one there.
Energy prices soar.
When the news over one...
Feral Kitten, question for you.
And listen to
Hang on.
Free from opinion. NBC News.
1 second.
For America.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. Remember when COVID flipped the car business upside down? Back then, high demand and low inventory drove prices through the roof. Now, many people owe more on their trade-ins than they're worth. So
Did you see, or did anybody else see for that matter, the movie Keeper in theaters right now? Did anybody see the movie Keeper in theaters right now? At first, after a couple of trailers, Courtney was like, oh, I want to go see this movie. I want to see this Keeper movie. But it is getting panned. If you don't know, one of the things you can use to follow movies is, it's called CinemaScore. And after people go to watch the movie when it premieres, they stand outside and they ask them how old are you? What's your background? And they say, what did you think of the movie you just saw? That's a good review right there. Somebody who just watched the movie. However, because it's a cinema score and those people are talking to somebody right after they're leaving the movie theater, a lot of times they're nicer. They're nicer than they would be if they weren't talking to the press or something. So they go, oh, it was amazing. So most cinema scores are usually A. B- is a bad cinema score. This movie got like a D-, I think. It was absolutely panned. The Keeper. If you saw that, let me know what you thought. But it is not doing well. People are saying it was the biggest waste of time. Had no idea what was going on. Once I finally figured out what was going on, it was super boring. They hated it. 2 minutes and we're back live. Keeper was overly hyped and it's fallen flat. If you're a horror nerd, I have all the suggestions. We need to get Kokomo Chatter of the Day sometime. Looking at it right now, Sean, it's a D+, but still bad. Is it a D+? Yeah, D+ for cinema score. D- is what I said. D+ is still really bad. Like, that's very, very bad. That means almost everybody leaving the theater who would otherwise be nice to a person asking them is like, that movie sucks.
I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach.
120.
I thought it was my stomach.
I'd watch Badlands again. I don't know if anybody else saw the Predator movie. I've heard good stuff about the Predator movie. Predator Badlands, yeah.
But EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak.
There's no rule saying a dog can't be Chatter of the Day. Air Bud versus the Supreme Court. Technically, I think you're right. I think technically you're right. All right, we're coming back.
Hand vaporized sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast!
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
HCA Florida West Orange Emergency and Winter Garden is now open 24/7. Visit hcafloridahealthcare.com. This emergency department is part of HCA Florida Osceola Hospital, not an urgent care center. Services billed at hospital rates.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Send us a dispatch and join the ranks of the great 5%ers.
To have you with us in the world's most viral newsroom. Hope all is well in your world out there. And if you got thoughts, I know you do. You got thoughts, you got opinions, you got all that. You're allowed to be part of the show. You're always just an email away. Tips, TIPS, @thenewsjunkie.com. To the next episode in just a moment. And after that, C-Lane has done the audio work. He has taken the audio where somebody said Trump called somebody a little piggy or something. Shut up, piggy, or something like that. And
Quiet.
Quiet piggy. And he's isolated it and gotten rid of all the other noise so we can try to see what was actually said there. We will investigate the audio a little bit further in just a bit. Right now, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
I don't want to sit next to no damn baby.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don, thatmortgageguyDon.com. That's where you get the process started of refinancing, buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, reverse mortgages. That can be a lifesaver for people over the age of 62 and a fixed income, and many other things that could be confusing on your own, but not when you're working with That Mortgage Guy Don. You go to the website, click the button that says compare your quote, or if you got a question, direct access to the man himself, thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
60 years ago, 1965. This item right here, it's the one song I could find about it from Family Guy. It's not
Prom Night Dumpster Baby.
No, it's not that one.
They're not auctioning that off, I don't think.
60 years ago, 1965. Your hint is not butter.
Have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart?
Pop-Tart is right. And it was on this day that Pop-Tarts were created. But that's not what they were first called.
Wait. There was a remix for it, too?
Oh. I remember this from the stupid Jerry Seinfeld
That's
thing
right.
about
So I will put
Pop-Tarts.
6 points up on the board if you can tell me the original name of Pop-Tarts.
That movie didn't stick with me.
Created
Was it like
by Post.
Frosted Buddies or something?
Wait.
Or,
There was Post is in the name, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
Pocket Pals?
Oh, okay.
Pocket
so
breakfast.
There's
Breakfast pocket.
It
Oh,
was
you're
not in the
close.
city.
Country.
Pocket Town. Breakfast Town.
Country.
Country
Pocket.
Pocket.
Country Square.
Squares is correct. Whew. Country
Pop-Tart's
Squares.
better.
It was a long journey.
Way better.
Yeah,
But I'm proud of you. When the company accidentally tipped their hand, Kellogg's ran with it, capitalized on the 60s vibe, and soon debuted Pop-Tarts. And they were flammable at the time as well. Pop-Tarts
God, right.
didn't originally have frosting. That didn't come until 1967 when toaster stable frosting was invented. So
Good
there
for
you
that,
have
too.
it.
Let me ask you a question here, and there's no right answer, but it is very controversial.
Mm-hmm.
What is better, the Pop-Tart or the toaster strudel?
Pop-Tart
Which one of
s'mores.
those? Pop-Tart s'mores, she says. Which one for you?
What? I don't even know if I've had a toaster strudel.
That's one where
Really?
you have to do the work, right?
That's one where you get the little icing on the side, and if you don't have the icing, and it's like garbage without it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks kind of the same. I would say Pop-Tart.
There we go.
But I'm saying that from a place of ignorance because I really don't think I've had a lot of toaster strudels. But I used to have the Pop-Tart was like my go-to breakfast
Same. Didn't even toast it sometimes.
in like my early teens, middle school maybe.
Sean?
Everybody's had one, huh?
Did you want
I mean, honest to God, the more you guys say your parts here, a straight out the box strawberry Pop-Tart is pretty damn good.
Yeah,
Hell
that's what I
yeah.
ate for breakfast.
Raw dog 'em.
And according to Family Guy, you can put butter on it. And
All
it'll be
right.
delicious. Can't put butter on this, though. Things got a little bit
Prom Night Dumpster
weird. That is correct.
You
the
can.
hell, man?
You can, and I have.
A show in Estonia that was supposed to be played by this group right here.
Limp Bizkit.
It has been canceled.
No, that's bad.
Yeah, Fred Durst, I guess, at some point, called Putin a, quote, great guy with clear moral principles.
Did he? Okay.
And supported Russia's annexation of Crimea.
Crimea?
Crimea.
Is
Crimea
this
River.
true?
Yeah, it was supposed to be in Estonia on May 31st. The gig got canceled. I'm guessing May 31st of 2026. And the reason is that it all came back that at one point Fred Durst was a big Putin fan back in 2012.
What?
Fred married a woman from Crimea. And after Russia annexed the region from Ukraine in 2014, he came out in support of it. He even held up a banner at a show that said, Crimea equals Russia. So there you have it. He also described
Okay.
Putin as the great guy with clear moral principles, nice person. Estonia's foreign ministry says those who justify Russia's aggression and the occupation of neighboring country are not welcome in Estonia.
Okay, I see what's happening.
What happened?
Well, what happened, it seems to me, is like he met some woman. Did he say they were married?
It was back in 2012.
So here's
know if they're
this
still
is
together.
like this is a controversial world, which is why you end up at this this particular spot. But Crimea is a portion that used to be Ukraine that the Russians basically annexed and took over, and then all the people there, they like imported a bunch of Russians. So they're Russian people, but they're from Crimea, so they have like very strong opinions against Ukraine. And if you're dating or married to one, you might be pulled along in that direction, I would think.
And if you break up, Justin Timberlake has a song about it.
Probably.
Yes.
This gal right here is also stating some interesting facts, and that has some fat quotes on each side of the word.
Paris Hilton.
Let me know if you agree or not. See, Lane, I'm getting the vibe that you maybe saw the story.
No. I was going to say Selena. I did not recognize the song.
Okay.
What
Selena
a
is dead.
loser.
Cannot make statements.
My
I
God.
know. That's why I thought it was weird.
Paris Hilton's getting ripped apart for claiming in a new interview that she is self-made.
Okay.
Now, give me a second here. 44-year-old heiress to a massive fortune because her papa was the Hilton Hotels and everything that's under that. Also claims that she worked hard for everything she has achieved. All her success has nothing to do with her wealthy relatives, at least according to her. Now, she's currently in charge of her own business, 1111 Media, Make-A-Wish.
Yeah.
Company which calls itself a global media content company and platform.
It sounds
Valued at
almost like Entertainment 720.
$1 billion.
Really?
And employs 25 people. So
Isn't this sort of like
everyone's
this is
rich.
like a chicken or the egg thing to me? Because would we all agree that Paris Hilton, she did make a lot of money for herself. She did she has big companies and stuff and clubs and makeup and whatever else she's involved in. But I guess the problem would be if she says she was self-made, people would go, well, if your last name wasn't Hilton, you wouldn't have been able to do all of this.
This is true.
Right?
But would you have these companies if it wasn't using that notoriety at the time to
I don't
build what she
think
has
so.
now?
Because what made her famous was her being on that show with Nicole Richie.
Yes.
I think.
I mean,
that was a little bit.
And the porn thing.
Yeah. That too, yes.
But then again, I mean, she's also, there's a lot of people who love her products and her stuff. I'll never forget in high school, like friends of mine who waited hours just to meet her because she had just come out with that line of makeup or whatever. She's DJing.
But would they have been doing that if not for all the attention she got from the show and being this, it girl?
So here's the thing. So should she be getting the flack that she is, or is she technically self-made after the fact? Because had she not made anything of herself, she'd still be loaded, right?
Self-made, I think, just sounds like rags to riches, and there were never any rags.
There
There
was
were never.
moist towelettes that are slightly cooled and
That's
handed to
true.
you on a silver platter, and then riches or something like that. Speaking of riches, we're now getting the clarification on the big concert and the final concert of Mr. Ozzy Osbourne. Remember that number that was thrown around about how much they made for charity?
Yeah, I don't remember how much it was, but it was a lot.
$190 million.
Right.
And that was a social media post by Tom Morello, who curated Back to the Beginning, the name of the concert.
Wasn't a lot of it attributed to the streaming numbers?
Yeah. They were saying the one-day metal extravaganza accompanying live stream raised $190 million for charity. However, Sharon says not so much. She has clarified, also saying 190 is ridiculous. It's more of 11 million. Still great,
Oh, okay.
but a vast difference from $190 million.
I thought at the time that sounded like a lot of money.
Yeah, so it went to Cure Parkinson's, Birmingham Children's Hospital, and Acorn Children's Hospice, and did
That's
raise
good.
$11 million. But with the cost, because we paid the cost of bringing everybody in, everybody out, accommodation, everything, no one got paid. Nobody asked for a penny. They gave their time,
So
their
they-
efforts. Oh God, they were so generous.
They funded all the bands being there, but none of the bands profited off of it.
Correct.
Right,
And
okay.
11 million went to the two charities. So I mean,
I
a
remember-
win-win, but 190.
Still
Where'd
good.
that come from?
Leading up to it, there was a controversy there that they were like, a band that we're not naming has been, removed from contention for this concert because they wanted money for it, and
who was it?
And Sharon didn't want to pay him. I don't know if they ever revealed who it was.
It was Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
That's the twist. It was him himself. He was like, all right, I want big money, please.
On the Boob Tube, we got Dancing with the Stars. It's Prince Tribute Night. Coast to Coast Tuesday on NBC. Center Stage Countdown to the CMA Awards on ABC. And you could catch Ariana Grande and the Snowcaps on Fallon. Follow your dreams of me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. Most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Did you see, Sabrina, that Ariana Grande is hosting SNL after the Thanksgiving break?
I did see
with
that.
With musical guest Cher.
Oh,
I'm very excited
that's
for
the,
that.
It's a time with Wicked, right?
I believe so, or it should be out by then. I think it's coming out in just a week or so.
Yeah, because Fandango said that new Wicked movie has the fastest selling pre-sale tickets of the year so far. So that's going to be everywhere for a little while. I don't know if I could deal with too many of the interviews between the two ladies in this Wicked thing.
It's a lot to unpack.
Everything seems so tragic. Like every interview is. Somebody compared it online. Somebody said every interview with Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. They said every interview sounds like they just witnessed a pack of pit bulls attacking a child, and they're now trying to explain it to the media. And I was like, it's all very like heavy. I never know what the hell's going on, but it's all very heavy.
What was the one where they used a phrase that we didn't even really know what exactly it meant?
Saving space.
It was like holding
Saving
space
space.
for. They were holding space for you, and she was like, "Oh,
okay.
I didn't hear that before."
Rachel says,
"Oh my."
Rachel says, I have zero desire to see Wicked. I think you're going to be in the minority for women on that movie. That brings in big female numbers, man. Some of the ladies love Wicked, and it'll do quite well in the theater. C-Lane enhanced the audio. He's enhanced the audio, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So we can see now, if we can see a little clearer. And now that you've enhanced it and you've heard it yourself, do you think it's more clear what Trump said to the reporter or no?
It's tough. It's tough because I think I have the same opinion that I had when we had the unenhanced audio.
Oh,
that
man.
If you were calling somebody a piggy, that's not how you say it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
hold on. We'll hear it. We'll hear it together. We'll see what we think.
I have another idea of what the word could be, and it makes just as little sense as some of the other ideas we've had. So
well, that doesn't surprise me at all. that it would just be out of left field. That would be totally. I mean, I would expect that here, but we'll examine the audio. We enhanced, and now we'll see what it sounds like. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Win tickets to the Tampa Bay Bucks game Wednesday on our Instagram at Real Radio 1041.
The on-ramp's partially blocked from Garden Street to I-95 southbound due to an accident. There's a crash off to the shoulder getting cleared up on the Greenway northbound before State Road 408. That's not causing any delays on I-4. You won't be running into any trouble. Florida's Turnpike traffic's wide open. No issues affecting your ride. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by National Defense Industrial Association.
I'm Vice Admiral Sean Buck, President of NTSA, inviting you to the world's largest modeling and simulation event, ITSEC 2025, December 1st through the 4th.
Hey everybody, welcome behind the scenes. Welcome behind the scenes, everybody. We're in the middle of a commercial break, but we'll be back shortly. I saw Wicked on Broadway. It was okay, but I can't stand the two leads. I got nothing against them, but it seems like these hyper-emotional stage kid types. Are they harming anything? No. But they're very much like little touchy-feely alien orbs. Thank you, Bootsy. Sean says, I can't stand musicals. Not even like a male skewed musical? Not even like a Book of Mormon? That doesn't do it for you? I mean, Book of Mormon's fun. It's a really good time, actually. The pre-woke Wicked on Broadway was very good. The new one, no way. What's the difference? How do you woke Wicked?
Fresh from Florida, Trust is grown here.
I did see, my sister, I've told the story before, bought me tickets, and I did see Wicked when it was Broadway on tour or whatever, and was blown away. I thought it was crazy. I thought the people performing had like these just amazing voices, but I haven't really had much of a desire to watch the movie. The News Junkie, the musical? Where I just, welcome to the show. This is where we go. Sort of like this kind of thing. Am I doing it?
One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Sean sings in the shower? No, I don't. I watch YouTube videos in the shower. I have a little thing. I put my phone up in there and I watch YouTube videos. All right, couple of minutes and we're back live. We'll examine this Little Piggy audio. Or Quiet Piggy. Quiet Piggy. The Greatest Showman was awesome. Do you know what did well this weekend? And it's not for me. I'm not hating on you if you like this, I promise you. But the Now You See Me movie, #1 at the box office. Not massive, but it drew in enough people that it ended up being #1 at the box office. And all I could think of was, I hate movies like that because they didn't even bother to make the illusions like real illusions. Does that make sense? In a movie, you can just make anything an illusion. In a movie, you're like, look, it's raining frogs. And now, you know, it's raining frogs. But if you made the movie stick to the laws of actual illusions on stage, I would be more impressed. Now, I personally think the movie The Prestige is 10 times better than any of the Now You See Me movies. 10 times better.
I think it needs to be snaked. No, a plumbing.
2.5 minutes and we're back.
I should have called Frank.
Yeah, call me wrong on that, but The Prestige, I really thought was way better than those Now You Can See Me movies.
For clogged drains in your home, trust our highly trained techs who aren't afraid of
Twitch agrees.
That's the Frank Gay way.
Good luck, Zach.
FrankGayServices.com.
Miss Doug says, I've never really seen a musical in person, but I like the movie ones like Rent and The Sound of Music.
Wondering if it's a heart attack or telling your family you may not be around to see your next birthday.
Quitting tobacco is hard.
I love The Prestige. The Prestige is just a better magic movie. Right? Like in every way, it's a better magic movie. It is David Copperfield to Now You Can See Me's Chris Angel. David Blaine to Chris Angel. Any of the Davids in the magic world, really. True.
Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical, thankfully.
Thankfully.
This is Dr. Carlson. I want to introduce you to a product that we have made called ALP.
Who's in it in The Prestige? I think it's Hugh Jackman, right? Hugh Jackman. And the Now You See Me one is like, Jesse Eisenberg. There's a bunch of famous people in that one. But it just feels corny. Feels corny. But it did okay. It made money. Whoever at the studios was like, we got to do Now You See Me 3. Good on you. All right, we're coming back, folks. Let's examine this audio.
Oh,
These VapoCool drops hit fast. Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get Super Sure.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. The show that takes you from Skywall summer to Jack Rocket fall.
And here you are to go through everything the world is talking about today. Learn more about the show and get links to the podcast. Watch us live on YouTube, etc. All over at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get into this audio. We're enhancing to try to determine what was actually said in this audio in just a moment here. Did Trump say that somebody was a pig? Did he say, "Quiet, piggy"? Or was it something else entirely? There's only one way to find out. We must enhance. We must listen in with our critical ears attuned to what was said. And then everybody will probably just follow their political lines to determine what was actually said. But we'll see. Maybe some minds are changed as we examine that audio in a moment. But a couple of things I wanted to work in. We were talking during the break about the #1 movie this week in the country. #1 movie this week, as they get ready for all these big fat movies that are going to kick out all these in the top spots like Wicked. You know, Wicked's going to be big. But right now, it's Now You See Me 3.
AKA, Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
Yes. And there's famous people in it. Jesse Eisenberg is one. I don't know who else is in the Now You See Me movies.
Was that Kevin Spacey thing too or no?
No, Morgan Freeman has been in them. I don't know if he still is. Who's the Hulk?
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo was in him.
Yeah, some of the guys.
Woody Harrelson.
Yes, Woody Harrelson's one of them, magician.
And then
it's got a bunch of these things. But the thing, I know this is me being particular. I know most of you don't care about this. It did okay. It was still #1. Dave Franco's in it too. There's some big names. There's some big names in it. But I hate that they made a movie about magicians. And as dumb as this sounds, they're not real illusions. Because if you're making a movie about magicians, you could just have them do whatever you want to. And they go,
because of CGI?
Wow. Yeah, there's no limitations of the world that there would be if you were an actual magician. And I said, the movie The Prestige is in every way a better magic movie than any of these Now You See Me movies. And most people seem to agree.
I love The Prestige. I love The Prestige. I like it better as a magic movie. We talked about this yesterday because I think we recently just rewatched all the Now You See Me's.
Did you really? You guys like those?
For a random reason.
Interesting.
My wife likes them. I like watching them. I think they're terrible movies. I don't think they're that great. But I still like it. It doesn't like put me out like watching other crappy movies does.
What is
it's
it
been
like?
So long. I feel like when I watched it, the first one was in theaters and I was in high school. Was it not?
Is it a situation where you go, is it the best movie? No, but was it a fun ride? Yes. Like that kind of thing?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, some of it, like you said, the fact that the tricks that they do can't actually be performed, a lot of them, does sort of take you out of it.
I know most people don't care about that. They're like, you can't do, magic's not real, Sean. It doesn't matter. It's not real.
Well, you said,
but no one's attempted any of the things that they did in the movie in real life, even with the illusion and magic.
The problem is, Sabrina, they're not limited to anything. Like if you made a movie and you're filming yourself and you go, I'm going to take 1,000 birds and turn them all into frogs and now I'll make them into a smoothie. And like you couldn't actually pull some of this off, but you don't have to worry about that because it's a movie. And I don't know why, but for some reason, I
there's part of the Prestige that was a little bit like that.
It was technically, yeah. It was like a lot of parts of that were,
but that didn't take me out of it though, because I love the Prestige so much.
I don't know if I've ever
don't
seen
spoil it. Don't spoil it for her.
I won't.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if you know the thing, and then it like ruins the entirety of the movie for you. Don't spoil it for her. All right, let's go into the audio here. I have the original, and a lot of the stories said, hey, there was a question from a reporter on Air Force One, and the reporter was kind of going back and forth with Trump, and Trump said, quiet, piggy. That's what the claim was of a lot of these articles. But it's so hard to hear what the hell's going on. It's like a, what was it, Yanny Laurel thing where you put your ear to it and you're like,
gold dress.
What am I hearing? Did he actually say it? I don't know if this matters at all, but the reporter is not fat.
Yeah, I looked her up.
I don't know. Yeah.
Does she have a weird nose?
Not piggy-like? No.
What was her name? Jennifer?
No, it was Claire. Jennifer Jacobs is who was one of the first reporters that was there that tweeted about it, but I think it was Clarence something that was the reporter he was allegedly calling Piggy.
All right, let's listen in. Let's see what was said. All right, that was it. Quiet, and then people said it was quiet, piggy, but the audio is so loud. The plane noise is so loud. We brought it into our patent pending expert audio isolation booth.
Enhance.
C-Lane enhanced and enhanced.
This was used a lot in CSI Miami, but
that's what we did.
They're no longer
absolutely.
around. Yeah.
This was all of our budget for the entire week, though, so we can't really do much more.
Can anyone give me a ride home?
This is really bad for the bottom line, but we have the enhanced audio via AI.
Ready?
And let's see.
I've isolated it. Here goes.
Listen.
C-Lane.
It's the wrong side. I played the.
Are you kidding me? Isolated just the plane audio.
Someone go back to Sean listening.
Technically, I did both. You were really.
I was trying to listen so hard. I wanted to hear. I want to know what was going on. Is it a piggy or is it not a piggy?
Here's the other track.
Head of Harvard, with respect to all of those people that he knew, including J.P. Morgan Chase.
Sir,
Yeah, Jennifer, go ahead. Go ahead.
incriminating in the file, sir.
Venezuela,
Why
sir.
not act? Why are you acting as if
Quiet, Piggy.
Mr. President?
It still sounds a little like piggy.
It sounds.
What else could he be saying? How about that?
Okay, so I Googled, because my problem with Piggy is it sounds like he says Piggy. It's like not how you say it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what else could it be? And so I Googled Quiet McGee. And
one of my favorite 80s films made for TV.
There are actually some people arguing online on whether he said Piggy or McGee. They're like, could he have been saying McGee?
But
is
Trump
the
also
person
pronounces words differently?
Sure.
It's not his first time.
But why would he call the person McGee? Is the person's name?
That's why I asked. Like maybe there is an old saying, quiet McGee.
All right, let me see.
I feel like I'm really stretching for Trump here, which I don't care to.
I want to hear it.
You want to hear it again?
Yeah.
All right.
No, not the airplane noise.
Incriminating in the file, sir.
Venezuela,
Why
sir.
not act? Why are you acting as if
Quiet, Piggy.
Mr. President? Look at you.
Now I hear Quiet McGee a little bit, but there's no way
Because
it's
I put it
Quiet
in your
McGee.
head, but now that I've listened to it, I kind of hear Piggy more.
I don't know what it is.
It's just the way you say Piggy is weird, dude.
Has the reporter said anything?
I don't know if the reporter's spoken out. Maybe they don't want to. Maybe they're worried they'll get booted off Air Force One or something.
One of his suggestions from Google's AI mode said this could come from classic radio, where the phrase Quiet McGee appears in a script for the episode of the classic radio show Fibber McGee and Molly.
Oh, of course.
Obviously, that's it.
In the episode from October 28th, 1941, called Fibber Meets a Racketeer, the character Mrs. McGee, Molly, tells her husband Fibber McGee to be quiet.
I don't know if that's it either.
Well, I mean, it did air 5 years before Trump was born, so it's probably not quite McGee. It's probably Piggy.
Has there not even been a response from the White House? I guess they haven't.
Have they even had a chance to ask him?
Yeah. The thing is,
I think all the reporters are still like quietly going, "Who's going to be first? Who's going to be first to ask him about
the thing
Bubba?"
that swerves me is like Piggy just doesn't make sense. Like there's not a big fat woman in front of him. There's not a big fat person. They're all like regular ass reporters.
What's a easy go-to insult for women?
I don't use Piggy, but I wouldn't call like normal people Piggy, but maybe you're just winging it. I really don't know. McGee makes no sense.
So
at
it's
all.
Catherine Lucy has been determined as
the target.
As the target. It's Bloomberg's White House correspondent. She started to ask. I mean, a lot of people are now picking up that it was Quiet Piggy.
Mm-hmm.
At least going with that. Obviously, it's a hot headline.
Most people are straight up reporting that it was Quiet Piggy. Like the headlines, like all these articles are just saying that it was Quiet Piggy.
According to The Guardian, when asked about the incident, Lucy directed The Guardian to a spokesperson for her news organization.
Okay, so
Bloomberg News did not respond to requests for comments. So.
See, if she leans on it and she goes, "Yes, he called me a piggy. How dare he?" Blah blah blah. She would probably be worried that her access would get revoked and she wouldn't be able to be in the press scrums.
He would say,
and
"Wow,
stuff.
she's being a real piggy about this." And,
what a regular piggy here we got.
I'll throw this into the mix here. They are saying the insult is familiar for Trump, as he called Alicia Machado, who won Miss Universe in 1996, Miss Piggy, and told her to lose weight.
Oh, I thought you were going to go to
Muppets?
from. No, because Trump says a lot about Rosie O'Donnell on the fat front. Oh, he'll be like, "She's a fat pig." You know, he really went in on Rosie O'Donnell, and he certainly said a lot of things. He's not above calling somebody fat or like a hog or something. It's just that this woman, unlike Rosie O'Donnell, is not fat. She's not a fat woman. So who the hell knows? But a lot of the reports are straight up saying that it was Quiet Piggy.
I can enhance some more here.
Please do. Yeah.
Quiet Piggy.
One more.
Piggy.
All right, hold on. Now let's just do Piggy here. All right, I'm gonna crank that up as hard as I can.
All right.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Piggy. Piggy.
Piggy.
That sounds like
Quiet Piggy.
I don't know, man.
There's a weird thing right before it that seems like you wouldn't say that if you're going to say Piggy, which leads me to the McGee, but there's no McGee's out. McGee is out.
It's the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
That's true. Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds like Piggy. Hold on.
Piggy.
Yeah, I mean, it does. Can I just throw this out
He
there?
sucks at saying Piggy.
Will we get better microphones on Air Force One? One more time.
There was one outlet that was doing this, and we listened to their audio from Air Force One, and it was like crystal clear. They did a great job.
Have the capabilities.
Yeah,
they do. The technology exists.
I'm pretty sure 50 Cent can like record an album on a plane, and it doesn't even sound like it.
I heard a person the other day. I don't know who they were, so please don't come at me on this at all. I heard somebody online who goes to places and protests and stuff, and the people that go around and they ask all the protesters questions with microphones and whatnot. It was somebody who does that. And I guess to troll them, people go up and blare loud copyrighted music so that the person can't use the video of them owning all the reporter types.
That's a bitch.
And she said, this doesn't work. It doesn't work anymore. And they played the clip like they stripped all of the copyrighted music they were playing out of it, and you couldn't really hear it. So
there was an episode of 30 Rock where Tracy Jordan was pissed that like Liz conned him into doing this reality show, but realized that they couldn't use any of the footage if he sang copyrighted music. So he was just complaining to her, but it was all in the tune of Uptown Girl, so that they couldn't. It was so good.
I saw people fighting online. Big fight, very big fight, and it was actually one of the more heated convos
Facebook
I've seen in a while.
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
And somebody said there's a reason why 30 Rock holds up after all these years, and Parks and Rec has aged like a glass of milk.
I don't think Parks and Rec has aged poorly, but lay it on us.
I think the idea was that Liz Lemon, who's the head of the 30 Rock crew, is not a great person, but is aware that she's not a great person. And they were trying to say that Amy Poehler, and I think it's because she was just like a happy-go-lucky, thinks everything can be solved by the government, like pie in the sky, positive person, that maybe that made her like a bad person or something. I didn't really understand it that much because I think both of these have aged very well. I think they're both genius comedies by some pretty brilliant women.
I saw a post about 30 Rock recently where it was like, why is this show trying to gaslight us into thinking that Tina Fey is this ugly hag the whole time? Like,
yeah,
there's
right.
there's so many jokes about her being like not attractive at all, and she's a good looking woman.
Yeah. The thing, Tina Fey's brilliant, but both Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, in terms of female comics, probably two of my favorites. I think I respect them both immensely. I think they're very, very funny, very interesting people. And I've heard interviews with both of them where I find them to be interesting. I also find it very interesting that Tina Fey, in a world where for so long victimization of yourself was rewarded. Oh God, was it? Just make yourself a victim. You can work yourself out of any situation. And you tell everybody, hey, I was a victim, so here's, don't think about this thing I've said. And Tina Fey, when she was a kid, was attacked in her own front yard by some random crazed hobo dude. And she barely ever tells the story. She has a permanent scar on her face.
I didn't know it.
Yeah, there's a true story. She was, I don't know all the details on it, but she was, you might be able to look up her wiki and see if there's anything about this.
Doing it now.
I think she
barely
talked
ever
about it in
talks
her
about
book, but does not like to talk about it outside of that.
Like, she doesn't make it a key part of her identity, but some crazed dude went up to her, as I recall, on her front yard and slashed her face open for no reason at all. Absolutely no reason at all. And just scarred her physically and mentally as a child. And she never made it like this big part of her identity, which, I don't know, for some reason that always resonates with me. It's the person who's like not trying to get everybody to feel sorry for them that I go, oh God, man, that must have sucked. Is there anything about it on her wiki page, Sealand, or no?
No.
No, really. I'll have to find that, but there's something about that.
Oh, wait. In personal life, she has a scar a few inches long on the left side of her chin and cheek. It was caused by her being slashed in the face by a stranger while she was playing in the front yard of her house when she was 5 years old in 1975.
Jesus, dude. 5 years old, man. Crazy. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We'll take your thoughts on everything we've talked about so far today. We got more of your emails coming in. We have a person who's issuing a warning to every single one of you. Well, every single one of you that has one of these in your house, and trust me, you have one of these in your house. Do you want to heed the warning? That's what we're going to find out, because that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
I'm really lucky that I have a comfortable relationship with my wife. Like, it's like, okay, yeah, let's get the wigs and shiny outfits out, and I feel totally comfortable wearing them.
Well, good. All right. The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
The right lane's blocked due to an accident on Loma Avenue westbound at Forsyth Road. There's a crash partially blocking the ramp from Garden Street to I-95 southbound. Look out for emergency crews on the roadways. Road rangers are still working on clearing up that accident on the Greenway northbound before State Road 408. That's off to the shoulder. Not really causing any problems, though. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
Whether you're new to nursing or looking to advance your degree, Rasmussen University offers a range of programs to help you answer the call for nurses. Because when you're ready to care for others, we're ready to help you get there. Learn more at rasmussen.edu.
The kind of crew who types the word...
Nope, not time for that. Hang on. They'll look at your AC from top to bottom, and they'll make sure that it's working the way it should work. Oftentimes, that's not the case, but you don't have to panic. And they're not going to take advantage of you like so many of these other companies. Mills Air will be there to fight for you and make sure that you're not getting ripped off by the competitors out there. They're also a Carrier factory authorized dealer. They can get you huge rebates on a new Carrier unit that you can get right now if you dial them up at Mills Air, 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
Do you know Mahatma Rice? A staple in our kitchens for generations. It's now easier than ever with delicious recipes like cilantro and lime and all the homemade taste we love. It's ready in only 90 seconds. Perfect at home, at work, or on the go. Mahatma Rice feels like home.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Want to win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Feliz Navidad.
Magic 107.7.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Orlando's Christmas.
Largest selections, Greenway Kia makes it easy to find the perfect vehicle. And during Kia's season of New Tradition sales event, every new Kia is...
Hello. You know, you go see one Kokomo, and you make one mistake afterwards, and everybody jumps right down your throat. My bad. I hit the wrong button. I was texting, I was messaging. My fault. Hey everybody, welcome behind the scenes. We'll be back live on the show in just a moment. Mr. Predicto, please with all your wisdom, tell me, am I going to make another mistake like that? An unforgivable mistake during today's broadcast?
You can rely on that.
That is not great. He's probably right though. Mr. Predicto is a hack? How dare you? Mr. Predicto is just jealous he didn't go see the Beach Boys? Is a helicopter landing in the backyard? No, it's the lawn crew has arrived. Tuesdays, lawn crew. Should probably tell him to do it before 11 or after 3, but he now does like all my neighbors' yards and he's such a sweet man. So I just cross my fingers and hope that he does the work right by the studio here when we're on a commercial break. One minute.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape.
C-Lane didn't do that one time yesterday? True. I thought Waffle House had the cooks and the waitresses do their own landscaping. The Waffle House operates on the other side of this wall. Over here is the Great Garden Field. The Great Garden Field is, as you might imagine, both a garden and a field, and I have to pay huge sums of money to keep it maintained. The Great Garden Field has many a bush in the shape of like me, or like, you know, Christ touching the person's finger. There's a couple Looney Tunes. It's a real thing. Lots of bush-shaped creatures out there. It's gorgeous, but the upkeep is just astronomical. We're coming back. Copyright.
Holiday music, Christmas classics, Christmas jazz, country, plus tons of playlists, even podcasts. Our gift to you, the perfect holiday soundtrack. Open the free iHeartRadio app now and search Holiday to start listening.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get Super Sure. Coming soon.
Now back to the most viral newsroom on planet Earth. This
in the last couple of weeks, I have some information as to why that may be the case. We'll talk about that in just a moment here on the show. If you know anybody with ADHD, if you know anybody who is on either Vyvanse or Adderall, and you say, well, they've been a little more scatterbrained as of late. What's going on here? Why are you unfocused in such a strong and obvious way this week? I will tell you that there could be an answer for this. A quiet 2025 FDA recall may finally explain why so many people have been saying their Adderall or Vyvanse suddenly feels like it's not working. And they're panicking.
Oh, hold the phone.
They're freaking out about this.
They quietly recalled, so they're just selling people placebos?
They may have been for a while. The FDA initiated a recall on, God, pray for me.
Extended release.
Lisdexamfetamine diamsalate, a generic form of Vyvanse, which is similar to Adderall. 2 days later, they listed the Class 2 recall, which means the faulty medications do not pose a serious health threat, but may cause temporary effects. The testing found that certain bottles of generic Vyvanse could not pass a test, meaning they did not dissolve properly in the body. The pills were not releasing enough of the actual medication to do anything. So people were taking their ADHD pills and everything was normal. You had them. They all looked the same. Everything seemed the same. But the coating on the pills was different and it didn't dissolve in your system for you.
The coating was too strong, so it was still in there.
Yeah.
So if you have these pills, they would be better if you crushed them up.
Probably.
Boofed
yes.
them.
I don't want to recommend that necessarily, but you're not wrong. This may be coming as a bit of a relief to those with ADHD, according to the Daily Dot, who could not understand why their medication suddenly seemed to stop boosting their concentration like it used to.
So was it just generic Vyvanse? Because that's a different chemical makeup than your generic Adderall.
This says Adderall or Vyvanse. This is what the story I'm looking at says. They pulled certain batches of a generic version of Vyvanse used as an Adderall alternative. That seems different, though.
Yeah, Vyvanse is a different chemical makeup, like that crazy word you just read. But
Adderall would just be amphetamine salts.
It's D-amphetamine, something like that. And then I had also seen the recall was for extended release. So the pills itself, where you've had extended release stuff, like it's supposed to dissolve, and that makes sense with the statement you made afterwards. I don't know if instant release was affected.
Well, I guess they made it just too. The extended release was too strong.
Yeah. But your Adderall was perfectly in concentration, and by that I mean your poop.
So so extended that you pooped it out, all of it.
Vyvanse is a popular option. I know there's a lot of people on Vyvanse. I've heard of people taking Vyvanse and swearing by Vyvanse.
It hits different.
Yeah. I mean, people compare it to that Limitless drug. You remember that movie?
Yeah. What's his face? Bradley Cooper?
Yes. Bradley Cooper. He started taking this drug that made his brain so smart and really, really worked to make him a genius. People compare it to that, but it wasn't quite working for some folks who were taking it here in the last couple of months. So if you've had an issue, maybe you know now. I hate to be the one to bring you that information, but here I am. Now, I want to, I don't know if this is bad news, but it's just news I want to share with you regardless before we get to your feedback here. There's a lot of these stories coming out, and it's probably the thing I hate the most about Gen Z. Earlier, I went on to defend for the millionth time your generation, and I think you guys are fighting through some tough stuff. You're fighting back from the millennials who were definitely the worst. All right. I find myself as a member of the millennial generation, technically, but they're definitely the worst. They were the most brain rotted generation, over therapy, induced conversations, most common in these groups. There was like so many things that went wrong with the millennials. And I think Gen Z bucked some of those things. So I give them credit for that. However, Gen Z keeps helping the oldos make a point against them when they do stuff like this. For instance, this time it's about a guy who said, hey, you got to know that there's some dangers happening here. And they said, I took a camera and I put it inside my dishwasher. And after seeing what actually happens inside your dishwasher, I got to warn everybody. You need to be careful here. You need to be careful of what all
dishwashers in general.
Yes, you would never have known what was going on inside these dishwashers. It is it's unbelievable to him. And I thought to myself, buddy, what did you think happened inside the dishwasher?
I thought there was little people with tiny little sponges that carefully washed all of my dishes.
The person says in the first video, the dishwasher cleaned several dirty plates, but something grim was found. There was brown water being sprayed onto the dishes before pooling at the bottom of the machine. The narrator of the clip explained the thinking by saying, I put a camera in a dishwasher a few months back, and tens of thousands of people commented with the concern of the not-so-clear water color. Bro got the dishwasher hooked up to his septic tank, somebody said. Thank you for helping me show why hand washing is the best, and on and on and on they went. And it's just like so many of these other things because people don't know how dishwashers work.
Yeah. Also, did that dude clean his dishwasher? Because you do have to clean the filter every once in a while.
The dishwasher just blasts everything in it with a whole bunch of really hot water for a while. So it fills up with all the crap that's from all those plates, and it swings them around, and the water gets gross in there. And then, you know what happens? It lands on the bottom, and it goes and filters out of the dishwasher. It's how the process works. It's how.
Also, it seems like this person does not at all wipe his dishes before putting them in the dishwasher.
This is a real sin. I'd get in trouble for this.
But it says that you're not supposed to. That's actually better to just, chunks.
What
get
says
them off.
that?
I've heard this argument.
The professionals that if you leave your dishes like that, what we're looking at here is what has not been rinsed whatsoever. And also, I don't understand what food that could be.
Yeah,
and
it looks like they painted on them, doesn't it?
Well, one person had the peanut butter and the other person had the jelly.
Right. It gives the dishwasher and the dishwasher soap that you're using more to grab onto versus rinsing it so there's nothing on it and it's going to kill all the,
I was
stuff
always
you can't see.
told you put the actual food in the trash can and then you wash the dish off as best you can, and then you put that dish for the final clean in the dishwasher. That's what my mom always said, but I didn't have the internet back then, so she might have been wrong about that. But this is just how dishwashers work. It is the same thing as when somebody was working at Panera Bread and they said, you guys aren't going to believe this. All the soup is in bags back here. Yeah, that's how restaurants work. That's how these chain restaurants work. Everything's in a bag or a microwavable thing, and you're the first one to discover it all of a sudden, I guess, when you pop it up online. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. This is Ran, who says over on YouTube, if you take a small bowl and you turn it upside down and put half a cup of Clorox in it, it will sanitize your dishwasher. I do that once a week, and then I clean the filter. And a lot of people have said, I've never used a dishwasher in my entire life. My God, I feel for you.
You're missing out. What a time.
That dishwasher's not even that expensive, man. You live in that life like you're way back in the 50s or something.
They even
like
have
stacking dishes.
Dishwashers like that you could put right on top of the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Keurig of dishwashers.
Yeah.
Anyone can have a dishwasher now.
I don't know why you would not have a dishwasher in 2025, but I'm willing to hear your argument.
I don't get what Ran is saying. You take a small bowl and turn it upside down and put half a cup of Clorox in it? Why wouldn't you just put the bowl right side up and put so that it holds the Clorox?
That's true, because it just dumps out.
They also have pods to clean the
Yeah, you just buy the dishwasher cleaning pods and run it run it bare.
I never know what the right answer is. I just do what I'm told. I do what I'm told around here. I clean the dish off. I put it in. But I understand what goes on in there. It's water flinging around. Everything gets cleaned off. And then at the end, it's hopefully brilliant.
Well, because if you put your dishes in there and there's crap stuck to it, if the soap and the water don't get it off, then the dry cycle is going to just heat it on there. So there's this gross, leftover food jerky, just kind of, and now it's nicely being dried.
But then what do you do?
to your plate, and I just have to run it again.
Exactly.
I absolutely disagree with this. Kevin on YouTube says cleaning your dishes before you put them in the dishwasher is like wiping before you go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
No.
I've heard. I mean, I haven't had like that phrase exactly, but I have heard, especially with the newer models, that you do not need to rinse off your plate. You don't have to clean your plate before going to the dishwasher.
For me, I've heard that's not about the model of dishwasher, but I think it's the soap people that tell you, like, no, you need the dishes to be dirty so that the soap is more effective.
All right, let's see. Hold on.
There
What
must
is
be an answer.
TNJAI saying? Let me fire this up and ask here in a moment. When we're talking about dishwashers right now, TNJAI, if you have a dishwasher and you're going to put your dishes into it, do you wash the dishes first and then put them in it? Or are you supposed to just put them in with whatever, food is on there after you throw the food away? Let's see.
It's best to scrape off food scraps, but you don't need to pre-wash the dishes. Modern dishwashers and detergents are designed to handle the mess. Just load them up and let the dishwasher do its job. Pre-washing can actually hinder cleaning because the detergent needs some residue to work effectively.
Okay, all right. But doesn't that mean that more stuff is going to get stuck in your, like the system, the filter and the pipes and all of that stuff down there? All right. Thank you, TNJ.
I don't know. That picture that was on the page, that looked like a little more than some residue.
It was filthy. It must have been some test or something. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from you. We got jury duty on the way. A teenage girl claims she was strip searched over and over and over at her high school. What's the story here? This is a weird one. We got to figure out who's telling the truth. We'll do that together. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
The Magic try to get back into the win column tonight. They'll host Golden State. Orlando had their 3-game win streak snapped by Houston on Sunday. College basketball, it rolls on tonight, too, with Florida State hosting UT Martin. Seminoles are looking to rebound from their loss to Florida. And some changes are expected when the new college football playoff rankings are released. That'll happen tonight after some mild chaos during Week 12. I'm Scott Davidson.
Despite wintry conditions and heavy traffic, the holidays have to go on. That's why Mercedes-Benz SUVs come equipped with the latest safety technology to keep your festive plans on track. Discover the incredible offers for yourself at the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration.
Well, historic utility rate hikes are coming, the biggest in U.S. history, but you can fight back with Solar Source. Whole home solar from just $89 a month with no money down. Guaranteed performance and maintenance included. I love my solar panels. They've been saving me money for years. Now you can get on board with solar and save up to 40% on your power bill immediately. And you can get exclusive savings when you tell them Jack from Real Radio sent you. Visit solarsource.com/monsters or call now and lock in your rate before energy prices rise.
I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. When you've been seriously injured, it's not just about the money, it's about justice. I recently had a client who came to us because she was ignored by the insurance company and left to suffer, but we didn't let that happen. We fought and recovered $1 million. If the insurance company is turning its back on you, we're here to stand by your side and fight for the justice you deserve. Injured on the go, just call Mo. Prospective client may not obtain same or similar results.
Going to nursing school can change your life, but that doesn't mean it's easy. You have commitments, family.
Hello, nurse. judge has ruled that Meta is not a monopoly. And they don't have to spin off Instagram and WhatsApp as a result. Meta, not a monopoly according to a federal judge. What do you think? Is Meta a monopoly? I mean, they do have Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Threads. They might have another one that I'm not thinking of. And Facebook is massive. I believe Facebook is still the largest social media platform. It is a massive, massive platform with massive reach. And then WhatsApp is very big too. Very, very big. Threads, I think Threads keeps getting a lot of traffic through the Instagram app, but Threads seems like a digital ghetto to me, honestly. Jury duty coming up next.
Everyday comfort and monthly savings that last all year long. Earn over $1,000 in appliance rebates because the more you add, the more you save.
No shoot.
At naturalgasdoesmore.com/add more.
Oh no, stomach issues again? Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain.
I post to Instagram and Facebook and auto post to Threads.
People often do, but
It just seems kind of dead. It's not as bad as like Blue Sky. Blue Sky is bad. Bad. Blue Sky is like the definition of what an echo chamber looks like. And it turns into just a bunch of like angry people. And the angry people are like further trying to use their purity test to determine how you're not quite as radical as they are. Threads is more chill than that, I think. Arnott says this is the only place I post anything. We get the exclusive Arnott experience over here? Hell yeah! High five. There we go. All right, 30 seconds. Coming back live.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapor Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself.
Oh, forgot Scumbag was on.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapor Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
HCA Florida West Orange Emergency and Winter Garden is now open 24/7. Visit HCAFloridaHealthcare.com. This emergency department is part of HCA Florida Osceola Hospital, not an urgent care center. Services billed at hospital rates.
Are you shopping for hurricane impact windows? Get your free quote now, ReeseWindows.com.
Broadcasting live from the world's most dysfunctional think tank. This is the news.
A lot of people responding to various things we've talked about today, but one of them that's gotten the most feedback, believe it or not, I think the topic that's gotten the most emails, at least, is this communal dining thing where the story said that Gen Z, despite all their social issues, actually loves, like 90% of them love a communal dining experience where they sit down and it's like big tables and you mix over with other people, which is just a nightmare for me. But I guess it's popular with other people. Anonymous says to tips@thenewsjunkie.com, my girlfriend and I went to the closing night of a very popular mom and pop Italian restaurant. The line was out the door and the wait was something like 2 hours. A waitress asked us if we would be willing to eat with another couple and get seated early. We did that and had a wonderful time meeting and talking to a random couple. It actually made the night even more fun, this person says. Yeah, I mean, I probably would have said no to that personally, but I see people who draw the line even further sometimes. I went to a place this weekend. Let me see what the name of it is. Shout out to this place. It was very, very good. I'm a big fan. Not everybody is, but I'm a big fan of Hawaiian food. I love me some Hawaiian food. And there's a diner, a Hawaiian diner, Moa Kai. Moa Kai is the name of this place. And Courtney had us go there this weekend, and so good. Like, really killer place. If you haven't been there, you live here in town, go there. It's a awesome little diner with tons of charm, bunch of Hawaiian people that are running the place. Very, very, very good. We got lucky. And when we showed up, one of their few seats in the diner was open, so Courtney and I got a little table to ourselves. But there was 6 or 7 bar seats open, and I saw so many people show up, and they said, table for 2. And they said, well, we don't have any tables right now, but you can sit at the bar if you'd like. And they go, how long's the wait? And they'd say, about 30 to 45 minutes. Okay, we'll wait. And I always, when I hear that, I'm like, damn, I would, in a second, I would go to the bar. I'd go to the bar right now. I'm sitting there. I'd be fine eating at the bar. But there was multiple couples that came in afterwards, and they were like, nope. They're so hesitant of the communal experience. They don't even want to eat at the bar at one of these places. They have to talk to somebody different, I guess.
So they, it's very interesting that Gen Z or majority, whoever answered this survey, was like, we love the communal part of it. But fly on the wall moment, would it be like, laughing and getting to meet each other and exchanging contact information? Or is it you had one time where you shared a table with somebody and every other time it's going to be awkward silence? Like on the Bright Line, there's seats in which there are 4,
Uh-huh.
So the last Bright Line, when I went to Miami, I met 2 awesome gals. We were laughing, joking around, talking about things, exchanged Instagrams. The Bright Line before that, I could not get off of that train faster with the creep that was sitting across from me.
Yeah, it depends. Like, there's
Those
so
are the
many
communal
things.
moments I do not want.
And it also depends on what conversations come up, kind of like the Thanksgiving table. Because if you sit down and you're like, hey, everybody's kind of cool and you're chilling and you're like, what do you guys think of this political thing?
Yeah.
Well, that's
thoughts on the
probably,
Gaza situation.
Yeah, let's talk about Gaza. Like, it's, I don't know. That might swerve you in some sort of direction that makes it bad. I mean, I guess I should support anything communal at all in 2025, just that people are willing to hang out with each other. That I'll keep off of the supported list. But here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Supports it.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the news junkie.
It's got to be somebody out there. It's a big world, Zealand. Big
Someone who
wide
has
world.
herpes already supports
Couple of bug chasers out there, I'm sure, that are like, yeah,
Bug chasers.
I'm into it, man. I'm into it. I remember being young. You think that things are so different when you get older and like technology has made everything so different. Not really. In so many ways, all of the same things happened. They just happened like offline. So bug chasers was this story that came up when I was young in the 90s when the AIDS epidemic was bouncing off.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about.
And they would say, oh, these people are out there and they're bug chasers and they are so interested in getting HIV or AIDS that they're actively trying to find it. And people like my dad or mom would be like, oh my God, why would anybody do this? Why would anybody do that? And as an adult, I'm like, this is like 4 people. This is like a handful of weirdos who they probably have other mental issues or whatever. And then we often see this.
Meanwhile,
and go,
your mom's like, Sean, don't become a bug chaser. Don't be a bug chaser, Sean.
If all your friends are chasing bugs, that doesn't mean you have to chase the bugs.
Yeah, I think that so often we have like radical representation in the United States of America. And like you start to think something is commonplace when much more in the response of normal people is as normal as you would expect it to be. All right, jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Speaking of Hawaiian food, Mo's in Hawaii. He's in Hawaii this week.
Lucky.
The Just Call Mo Law Firm been locked up in Hawaii because Bus Decker was there like the week before. And now Moses is in Hawaii and taking a well-deserved vacation here. But even though he's there, they're ready to get you started right now if you've had an accident. It doesn't matter. The balls keep rolling whilst they're gone. And Mo DeWitt is always taking calls, always in the loop of what's happening. So he'll know your case, whether from Hawaii or the rest of the United States, the contiguous United States of America. You understand what I'm saying. He will understand exactly what you're saying in your case. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. I know Hawaii's a state. Please save your emails. All right? Please save your emails. I got to get to this story about this teenage girl.
You want to leave this country, you can go to Puerto Rico.
We speak American in this country, right? It's all on the same line of things that people say that are generally stupid. I assure you, I know that Hawaii is a state, just for the record. All right, here's our story. A teenage girl, big headline here, was repeatedly strip searched at a Brevard County high school, according to a lawsuit. Now,
by whom?
There's a couple of things that surprised me, a lot of questions, including that one that come to mind. But are high schools even in the business of strip searching, or would they? I would think that they would call in the police to do something like that.
I've never seen it. I mean, I've heard of it, rather. I mean,
sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah.
If they are doing it. Let's see what the story says.
The closest I think that I came was when you had to take off your shirt for that scoliosis.
Oh, I hate
that. That was nice, though.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
It felt good.
It was embarrassing for me because
you guys didn't have to take your pants off for that?
I don't remember. We might have. I just remember having to take my shirt off. For sure.
I did not have to take my pants off.
Sean, that was a joke. Did someone take off your pants when you were a little kid?
I don't know. Probably. A lawsuit filed this month takes aim at the Brevard County School Board, alleging that a student had been strip searched at this high school several times last year. Okay, so far, so not good. The lawsuit itself says the school board has attempted retribution against the student and her family after her parents filed complaints following harassment at the hands of a fellow student. In addition, accusations arose last year thanks to a school official posting that the teen, identified only as MD, because they're underage, obviously, they said the teen had become pregnant and had been molested by her adopted father, according to the lawsuit. The complaint alleges repeat strip searches, false molestation accusations, a pattern of racial discrimination, retaliation, and defamation at this school in Brevard County, Florida. Now, MD and her father are accusing the district of violating their civil rights, including unconstitutional search and seizure, negligent supervision, and emotional distress. The school says this is not true. They said this is an allegation that's currently the subject of pending litigation. While we cannot comment on the specifics of the case, we want to make it absolutely clear. Brevard Public Schools does not strip search students. That's what I thought. Schools wouldn't be in the business of that, I wouldn't think. That's terrible to get into. We've never conducted strip searches, and we never will. The safety, dignity, and well-being of our students remain our highest priority. And in the lawsuit, they detail this whole thing. It said for 157 days, MD and other students were called misogynistic and racial slurs on a nearly daily basis by a fellow student. The school did nothing to correct his behavior. Then MD fathers filed an incident report about the lack of action to protect his daughter. Then they filed a complaint with the U.S. Department of Education. She continued to be harassed for unknown reasons by students and staff. Like, why randomly would all these people just be going after this person? And then they talked about the false accusations against the father and then strip searches in September, October. Our daughter was made to lift her shirt, pull out her bra, and shake in front of a man in the room. I don't know if I'd call that a strip search, but I get what they're saying. According to the lawsuit, MD began showing signs of trauma and anxiety and re-entered therapy, and on they go about these like alleged strip searches when the school says this never, ever, ever happened. And I'm just scrolling for days here. The complaints go on and on and on and on over the course of several years. This parent going after the school. So the school so far saying nothing to it. The teenage girl and her family saying she was reportedly strip searched by Brevard County High School. The lawsuit, I'm sure, will sort all of that out. All right, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, though, I got to continue on with jury duty because you may remember the story of the guy who was an off-duty pilot who was in the cockpit of the plane who freaked out and tried to cut off the engines. He pulled like this emergency thing to try to cut off the engines in the plane. We talked about that story at the time, and now this person has been sentenced. And I think you'll be very surprised at this sentence. What happened? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Tampa Bay Bucks head west for a Sunday night matchup versus the LA Rams. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. this Sunday on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app. Presented by First Horizon Bank and Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a crash getting cleared up on LPGA Boulevard west of I-95, an accident on International Speedway Boulevard near Kepler Road. Off to the shoulder, crews are clearing up that crash on I-4 westbound before US 27. Traffic's getting by pretty well. Just look out for emergency crews on the roadways there. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Football weekend, we're here to help keep you on the road and make sure your vehicle is game day ready with a quick stop at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Your drive starts here. Go to VIOC.com for money-saving coupons and to find a location near you.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Feliz Navidad.
Magic 107.7.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Orlando's Christmas station.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at that.
Hello, Dull Mike. What's happening? Happy Tuesday. It's a weird week. We got Sean being out yesterday. We're doing secret shows tonight. So it's just gonna be a different couple weeks because I'm gone for a couple days and then I come back and then we do the show a couple days and then Thanksgiving happens. It's all happening so quick. The last couple months of the year just soar by. And it's like you're off that first hump of the roller coaster and you're just What's up, MFQ? Sean Patrick's Day, Wayne. Ran. Charles. Do I sound like Sideshow? I don't think I sound like Sideshow Bob. Isn't somebody famous that voices Sideshow Bob? Like Kelsey Grammer or something? Or is that a different Simpsons character? There's so damn many of them. Or is it just because I am a side show from the other show? You know, there's all kinds of ideas. Adjusted to the Papa thing? I mean, it's slower than you think. You think it's going to be a huge... I was right, Kelsey Grammer. Points. Adjusting to the Papa thing is kind of it's kind of slower than you think it is because you see all your friends with kids or you see people you know with kids and you're like, wow, this is a big change. But like when the kid is first born, you know, the changes that seem major happen little by little. When he started walking and climbing out of his little enclosure, and then you have to figure out where he is at all times. That was a big change, but all that stuff happens real slow. And for the first year, he slept half the time. I got the show done from home once or twice because he slept most of the time. I was able to just get away with it. That wouldn't be the case anymore. He'd be screaming at me to play his favorite songs on YouTube. Why do dogs' feet smell like corn chips? Isn't that more of a puppy thing? I don't think my dog's feet smell like corn chips anymore. Do you have custody of your kid on Thanksgiving? Well, I have custody of my kid all the time, but I will have my child on Thanksgiving, yes. Actually, I'll probably have more of it because my wife will be working on Thanksgiving. Frito feet, something I'm very aware of. Normal combination of bacteria, specifically Pseudomonas and Proteus, and sweat from their paw pads. All right. Frito dog toes are real. Yes, they are, Piccolo. The Frito dog toes, and then everybody loves puppy's breath. I don't know that it's as cute as some people think. It's like, oh, his breath smells like coffee. He's got puppy's breath. Okay. A little. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know that I fully agree with that. That it's like the greatest thing. I think people just see a puppy and they think everything about the puppy is cute. But when that puppy eats a big old pile of puppy turds, you're not going to think the puppy's breath is that cute anymore. Not going to do it. Cute for a couple months. The dog feet taste nothing like Fritos. Well, you're not supposed to eat them, Mr. Coda. Anyway, got to go back about 30 seconds. Do I sleep in the shirt? No, I don't. Why do you ask?
Breathe. Use as directed.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get Super Sure.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This is
to the final hour of the News Junkie Radio Show and to share the show Tuesday. God bless you for coming on this journey with us. Learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. I'll tell you what made me feel so old this weekend. Nothing has done as much damage to me in this way as watching the Warped Tour on YouTube this weekend and thinking, oh, I remember when I used to go to this thing.
And there was no YouTube.
There was no YouTube, no live streaming. And I'm watching it now. I go, oh God, I wouldn't go anywhere near this now. There was the crowd was massive. Oh my God. All of these people outside Camping World Stadium who were there to watch all of these bands, including friends of the show, A Day to Remember, who played in front of, I don't know, a zillion people. It's like the crowd is as far as you can see. And I think, God, I don't know how I ever wanted to be in a crowd like that. I don't know how I ever wanted that to be a thing. But man, did I feel old watching some of that. It was interesting for a couple of reasons, because some of it was the bands are now old.
Right.
So you watch like Bowling for Soup play, or as Courtney has been calling them this weekend because she doesn't know the name of the band, Bowl of Soup. She has repeatedly called the band Bowl of Soup.
Hey guys, we're a bowl of soup.
People our age love soup, so there's that.
And I was going to correct her and be like, what are you talking about? Why would a band be called Bowl of Soup? But Bowling for Soup isn't that much more, doesn't make that much more sense, I guess. but they're old now. They're
so
old
many of those
guys.
bands is like it's their 20-year anniversary of a particular album and not their first one, which is so wild.
Yeah, I mean the Beach Boys, who were just in town, were playing songs. You have to remember this from 1962. That is crazy. That is what, 63 years old?
Mm-hmm.
The songs that they're playing. That would be the equivalent of a band that has a hit song right now playing that in 2088.
Oh, I don't like that number you just said.
That's 2088.
Don't like that number you just said.
That's the comparison of how that would be over time. And as I was sitting talking to Courtney about this, I said, the one thing that I probably wouldn't believe the most if I went back? C-Lane, give me a date on MMMBop. What year was it when MMMBop came out? Post 2099?
7 is what I'm
97?
guessing.
All right. If you would have gone back to me in 1997
Nailed it.
watching
March
MTV,
24th, 1997.
if you go back in March of 97 to Sean and I'm sitting there watching MTV and I'm watching MMMBop from Hanson and you said, hey, in 30 plus years, this little brother band will still be playing that MMMBop song and people will still be lapping it up. They will still be loving it. They'll be over the moon about it. I would have never believed you. But here we are. That's kind of crazy to consider.
Or if you told me that, like, hey, one of your really good friends who was in your wedding will still be playing MMMBop on jukeboxes when you guys go to bars. But instead of putting the money in the jukebox and typing in the code for MMMBop, she's going to pick up the phone that you carry with you at all times.
Right.
And connect to a much more advanced version of AOL. And just tell the jukebox to play it over the internet.
Never believe that. You would never believe that. And you were right to not think that would be true back then, but here we are. My God. All right, leftover in jury duty. Let's talk about this because this seems like not big enough of a punishment to me. Let me give you the details in case you don't remember this story. There was a pilot. He was off duty at the time. He was a former Alaska Airlines pilot. And this guy was on this particular flight where he stopped in the middle of it in the cockpit, jumped up and pulled on these two releases that will shut off the engines to the plane mid-flight. And the other pilots go, "What are you doing, man?" And they start struggling with him, and they subdue this pilot, this off-duty pilot, and they get him away from these handles so that they're able to safely land the plane. But it would have cut off the engines and could have killed everybody on board. Now, we learn what happens to this guy. And it's worth throwing in there that this off-duty pilot had also gone to this event where they were celebrating the death of a friend, and they all took psychedelics. They took mushrooms.
Correct.
So he took mushrooms a couple of days before this, and then he was still kind of wonky from the shrooms. And on the plane, just went up and tried to stop the engines because he was freaking out. They gave him no jail time, no prison time.
What?
A federal judge said no prison time for a former Alaska Airlines pilot who had taken psychedelic mushrooms the day before or days before. He tried to cut off the engines of a passenger flight in 2023. And they sentenced Joseph Emerson to time served and 3 years supervised release. And they said they wanted a year in prison, but his attorney sought probation. They said pilots are not perfect. They're human. They're people, and all people need help sometimes. He was subdued by the flight crew after trying to cut the engines of this Horizon Air flight from Washington to San Francisco. The plane was diverted and landed in Portland with more than 80 people. He was despondent over a friend's recent death and had taken psychedelic mushrooms about 2 days earlier, had not slept in over 40 hours. He said he believed he was dreaming and trying to wake up by grabbing two red handles that would have activated the fire suppression system and cut fuel to the engines. He did spend 46 days in jail, but the judge did not give him any prison time. Let us know what you think about that, if that's enough or not for you. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. All right, let's see what we got. Many, many people reaching out. And Casey says to tips@thenewsjunkie.com, my son takes Vyvanse, but his insurance doesn't cover the generic. Was it just a generic that was affected by this? I don't have the official FDA thing.
It seemed like it was just the generic and it was the slow release, but I can look it up.
All right. So it wasn't Adderall. It was Vyvanse, but it was the generic slow release, we believe, of Vyvanse that there was a problem and it wasn't working for people. It was the stuff that was on it, slow release, was not working.
It was working too well, almost. They weren't properly dissolving during lab testing. So your son, if he was taking this generic one, which was recalled by Sun Pharmaceuticals Industries, was the ones that weren't working. But if your son wasn't covered under the generic, but was under the name brand, which sounds weird, then he probably is good.
Yeah, he should be good to go, I think. Another big story that made the rounds on All Things Viral this weekend, I don't know if you guys talked about this at all yesterday, but it's kind of popping off on a bunch of social media platforms, and it's definitely annoying. There's a level of annoying about this already.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
Here's Fox News talking about this. This is what started all
New York
this.
financier Bill Ackman has some advice for you. Young men having trouble approaching young women. He says, here's my advice. I would ask, may I meet you? Before engaging in further conversation. I almost never got a no.
So this is this politician dude online, and he was talking about young men finding it difficult to meet young women in public. And
so you just walk up to a woman and say, may I meet you?
And he said,
okay, freak.
I would ask, may I meet you? Before engaging in a further conversation. He said, I almost never got to know. Maybe it's just the wording there, but going up to a human and saying, may I meet you?
That's weird.
That's
very weird.
It's a weird way to phrase it. And I've seen some people, I don't know if I could play any of these. May I meet you? I've seen some people trying this out on the streets. They just go up to people and they randomly ask them, may I meet you in public? And it hasn't worked all that much.
Well, that guy almost never got a no.
He said he never got a no. Yeah. Hold on. Should I search attempt? Because I did see a lot of the videos going viral where people were trying this out. And they'd come up and they'd go, may I meet you? Or M-I-M-Y is what they're shortening it to. I can't find the clips right off the hip here, but I saw a couple of people recording themselves.
Did it work?
It did not.
Wait.
Mostly they were ignored.
The guy that shared this, like the guy that suggested this, is a billionaire MAGA donor, and he's giving young men advice on how to meet people?
I think so. Wait, find out. The dude's name is what? Do you have it in front of you? Okay.
Ackman.
Bill Ackman is the guy's name. This went very, very viral over the weekend. And people were going out and trying it, as I said. He's an activist investor. He endorsed Trump in 2024, but he's a longtime donor to Democratic candidates and organizations. So I guess you could, take your pick there if you want. He's a big money guy. But he said guys who are struggling with connecting with women, mostly because young women and young men are on completely different planets, politically and otherwise right now.
Mars and Venus.
They're beyond Mars and Venus for like 18-year-old. Well, maybe not 18. I would go a little further. Early 20s up to 30-something men are on a completely different planet than women their very same age politically. This is generalization, of course, but there's a lot of truth to what I'm saying right here. So he goes, well, if you want to meet people, you go out there and say, may I meet you? And
they're like, aren't you a billionaire? Sure, let's talk.
All right, it doesn't mind. Yeah, I don't mind at all. May I meet you? See if you could find anybody trying that out, Celine, because I can't bring it up anymore for some reason. I'm just getting memes crazy, like 8,000 versions of this, where it's somebody at some game and the guy's trying to talk to the woman and she's giving him the stop talking to me hand. But I don't think this will work, however viral it may be going right now. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com.
He said, it inevitably enabled the opportunity for a further conversation. I met a lot of really interesting people this way. So he's not even talking about in a romantic setting, just like a way to meet people in general. I think the combination of proper grammar and politeness was the key to its effectiveness. You might give it a try. And yes, I think it should also work for women seeking men as well as same-sex interactions. Just 2 cents from an older, happily married guy concerned about our next generation's happiness and population replacement rates.
Maybe it's the "may I meet you" part that gets me the most. Why not say, "Hey, my name's Sean. How are you? Good to meet you," or anything beyond that. Oh, this is somebody trying out. Please stay by the dump button.
Ready to dump.
Because this isn't a New York City transit. It's on the subway where somebody's going to try it out.
No.
So this might not go well.
Attention, ladies of New York City. May I meet you? Bill Ackman just tweeted that simply uttering those words would result in women approaching me, especially on moving trains like this. Should there be a line that forms, please line up single file?
Nobody is currently lining up, just so you know.
No one even turned around.
Yeah, some of it's New York City, because that's just kind of how it goes. People say stuff all the time, weird stuff all the time.
Hey, well, there's the video dispatch challenge. May I meet you?
May I meet you?
Be discreet with the video, or put it selfie style, so they don't automatically think you're making a bit. But
why do people have to make stuff so weird? Like, literally, just talk to people. Just introduce yourself. Like,
how about, can I buy you a drink?
I mean, maybe it's like in some circumstances that's going to be weird if there are no drinks nearby.
May I quench thy thirst?
May I meet you does seem very much out of like the Middle Ages. It's not landing with me. How is he not cursed? Nobody.
Once again, may I meet you? Bill Ackman's advice clearly was awful.
Yeah, it didn't work out. He tried it. He gave it a shot.
I think that there's always a hesitance whenever you hear somebody speak up in a subway, because it could be like, those guys, those rappers or singers, that as soon as those doors close and everybody's trapped in there, they're like, all right, I'm going to sing a song from my new album, and if you like what you hear, if you just throw me a couple dollars, I'm going to come around with my hat. And you just come on, man. I'm just trying to get under the ground to the next place I want to go to.
May I meet you?
You may not. No,
Now, mind you, if you're going to do the cool dancing things, where you do the flips and stuff, take my money, you have my attention.
Well, you're just going to get their attention just from the impressive moves, not from it. Like, may I meet you is probably the weirdest thing you can say before you start talking to somebody. That's not expletives. That's not like some really aggressive move. Just go up to somebody and go, hello, how are you today? Hey, how are things going? What you drinking there? What are you doing? Just speaking to human beings. It's a lost art. But that one doesn't work so well, at least not for this person. Let us know what you think. Send your dispatches over on thenewsjunkie.com and tips at thenewsjunkie.com for your email side of things. They were supposed to vote on this Epstein thing today. I don't know if the vote has actually happened yet, but it looked like it was going to pass.
Happening right now.
Is it really?
Yeah, so we've got 38 yays for the Republicans, 48 Democrat, total 86. What does NV mean?
No votes.
No votes, so we still have a lot to go. We still have about 345 votes to be accounted for.
I think it's going to pass because even the president was like, yeah, let's just do it. Let's just get this done.
There's a timer. Is that typical?
Oh, is this just on CNN? Are they just broadcasting?
It says time remaining 10 minutes and 20 some odd seconds.
Are they talking about it?
Yeah.
Let's peek in. Let's just see what they're saying. It's going to pass. There's no way it doesn't pass. There's too many people now that support it. So we're finally going to get all these documents and stuff.
Not supporting this, and this vote was taking place as we keep our eye on it. All yays, no nays.
Look, the optics aren't great. I mean, Trump has been on many sides of this issue, but the one most recently has been against releasing any Epstein files, and he wanted to move on.
It needs
He's expressed
2/3.
great frustration and sort of bewilderment at why his party would not move on from this. But it's almost as though he wasn't paying close attention last year during the campaign when he
has anybody at all voted against it or no?
No.
So
okay. We got like 11 minutes or so, I think, ish, maybe less than that, until the vote wraps up. So we'll keep an eye on this. We'll tell you if it passes, and then we'll see what happens after that. But it's definitely an interesting thing going on out there in the world, and we'll see what you think about it. Quick break. When we come back, we'll get to cursing on cable TV. We'll get to a story that really grabbed my attention. Some good news for C-Lane, and all of that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
That accident's been cleared on I-4 westbound before US 27. Traffic's getting by a little bit better now. Although on I-4, you're still going to run into some slowdowns between Osceola Parkway and Apopka Vineland Road. There's a crash on the Greenway northbound before State Road 408 getting cleared up. An earlier accident, that's off to the shoulder. Not causing any delays, though. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage.
Don't wait. Find the location at Macy's Backstage.
Hang tight, folks.
Black Friday's a couple weeks away, but Southeast Steel's 85th anniversary sale is happening right now.
Hello?
They are celebrating with savings of up to 40% on top appliance brands, including GE, LG, Whirlpool,
Why do you think?
More. Plus 0% financing up to $1,300 in exclusive
Can you
rebates on
do me a favor and
3 generations
just stop?
of families have trusted.
Is the microphone on? Maybe, maybe not.
So that's why I had to wait for you to turn on the microphone?
Microphone's on.
Shop now by going to their downtown Orlando warehouse.
Don't roll your eyes at me.
Where
are you going?
SoutheastSteel.net.
Where are you going?
Get the best deal.
You didn't have to wait for that. The microphone was on the whole time. What do you want? I don't believe so. I didn't know that, but I'll ask after the show what's going on. You okay?
I know it's called bowling for soup, by the way.
No, you said bowl of
Yeah,
soup.
because I was high and I was laying down.
You said bowl of soup.
I did, but I know it's bowling for soup.
What's their song?
Girl, all the boy, all the.
Oh, that's so close. Girl, all the bad guys want. That's what you are.
Are you a bad guy?
I'm a bad boy.
Ooh,
I'm a bad boy.
I like your outfit.
This outfit?
Look good.
Oh, thank you. You flirting with me? Get on that. Okay. See you later. Keep it real. That one. What are you going to do? All right, they've been cursing. They've been cursing on cable news. I'll present to you my evidence of that. We'll see how this vote goes. Why not? Guess he didn't leave her at Epcot? Why would I leave her at Epcot? What are you talking about?
You know, there's millions of people without the health insurance they need. I get it. You feel like it's too pricey, a headache to deal with. You deserve something better. Have better health. We're on a mission.
Some good news for C-Lane on the way.
Health insurance. You have health insurance.
Before you know it, we'll wrap it up. Got the electrician coming over, Austin coming over, to figure out how we're going to get these lights installed. There will be 12 of them. Okay? They're about as big as this. Right here, each. And there will be 12 of them. So, everywhere. And then, essentially, it'll be like turning on the daylight. 2 minutes and we're coming back.
The real story in lab-grown diamonds is the outrageous markups other jewelers are charging for them. That's Ryan State, Vice President of International Diamond Center. Jewelry stores are marking up lab-grown diamonds as much as $800
GOP getting on board makes it impossible to veto? Yes. They are bypassing some House rules, so that means they need a supermajority. They need like 60%, and it looks like they're going to get it. Nobody's resisting it. Trump has said, go ahead, vote for it, which is, I'm telling you, if the Trump administration would have just right off the jump released all these files, there would have been some kerfuffle as people went through them, and then everybody would have forgot about this by now. But now, this has made it so much worse. It is really stupid strategy. 90 seconds and we're back.
Oh no, stomach issues again? Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools. I thought it was my stomach. People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean
gonna be an operating room in there?
insufficiency or EPI.
A little bit, but you could tune in the lights just right. Right now, these are like, it's track lighting, so it's beams of lights. So you try to like hit a person with enough beams that it seems right. This is just about filling the whole room with light, which is awesome. All right, we're coming back. We'll see what happens. We shall see. Here we go.
Matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it. Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Hey, it's Ed Helms, host of Snafu, my podcast about history's greatest screw-ups. On our new season, we're bringing you a new snafu every single episode.
32 lost nuclear weapons? You're like, wait, stop? What?
Yeah, it's going to be a whole lot of history, a whole lot of funny, and a whole lot of fabulous guests. Paul Scheer, Angela and Jenna, Nick Kroll, Jordan Klepper. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Snafu with Ed Helms, and listen now.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get Super Sure. Coming soon.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock. This
And then we'll get to you as well. Your dispatches are on the way. What happened?
I spent a whole portion of the break just scrolling the May I Meet You memes.
Oh God.
And my favorite is somebody just posted May I Meet You, and the accompanying picture is a book called Autism and How to Flirt with Girls.
Fairly accurate. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I have been, I used the break to watch all of these votes come in. And
Where are we at now?
So right now we have not voted yet at 76, excuse me. But for 1 second, there was one nay. And it just disappeared.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
there was one nay Republican and it disappeared. Now it's, I guess, I don't know what happened, but
they changed the vote.
Yays are at 269.
President Trump actually emailed all the Republicans and told them to vote yay today. And then he pulled the plug on Cloudflare so that they didn't get it.
Yeah, no, this is
Fish.
What's true is that now it's going to get enough votes, and then it's going to go to the Senate, and then probably the Epstein files are going to be released, which should have just been done at the beginning. Like
With zero redactions?
Yeah, well, as much as you can. I wouldn't want them to not redact some like
victim names, stuff like that.
Yeah, some underage girl's name who was abused by Jeffrey Epstein or something. But within reason, I would want it to be as redacted, as unredacted as possible. And that would have just been the move right off the jump. That was the smart thing to do. But now I guess we're finally going to get there. We'll keep an eye on that. I guess there was an incident with Trump at the White House with the leader of Saudi Arabia. He's with Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and And they do a fist bump. Let's bring this up together and listen in here.
President, does Trump blow them all away? No, it's another league, Mr. President.
Oh, that was. Oh boy.
Trump doesn't give a fist pump. I grabbed that hand. I don't give a hell where that hand's been. I grabbed that hand.
I don't give a hell.
I don't give a hell.
Yeah. So he did a Sean here, which was he went to go to the leader of Saudi Arabia and like shake his hand or grab his hand in some way, and it just fell apart miserably. It did not come
Does Trump blow them all away? No, it's another league, Mr. President.
Awkward.
Trump doesn't give a fist pump. I grabbed that hand. I don't give a hell where that hand's been. I grabbed that hand.
All right, they're buddy over there in the White House, these two. So
do you think he sprayed him with the Trump cologne?
He gets everybody with it. On the way, it's just a couple dashes for you. I don't give a hell. He's just letting them fly out there.
I don't give a hell.
I told you on cable news, they are going wild, hog wild with the curse words. Even now, when a guest on cable news goes, "Oh, I was going to curse," and now they're just saying, "Go ahead, yeah, go for it." That's where we're at on cable news. First, they were just doing it because it became part of the news, and now it's like, go ahead, and no big deal.
But I'm not going to. I'm going to just say he's full of it. Number one.
This is cable. You can cuss.
I'm not going to do it, but I am going to say that he is full of. Okay, I'm going to do it. He's full of shit. Because here's the thing. Number one.
There was so many moments for Jake Tapper to get out of this. And she's like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
He said yes.
He said, go ahead. This is cable. You can cuss. And then, boom, she drops the S-bomb on there. But like at the beginning, she was going, I'm not going to do it.
But I'm not going to. I'm going to just say he's full of it. Number one.
This is cable. You can cuss.
I'm not going to do it, but I am going to say that he is full of. Okay, I'm going to do it. He's full of shit. Because
at some point you go, I was just given permission, so gonna do it. Yeah,
that was the T word that one hurricane broadcast, and it felt good.
If I'm given permission to do it on cable news, I'm gonna curse. I'm absolutely gonna curse. You can choose your own adventure if you'd like. Let's go over to you. Tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. Anonymous says, on a plane to Chicago, I will be downtown around the Navy Pier area. Give me a go-to restaurant or bar that was your favorite.
I was hoping it was going to be a, may I meet you?
It's got bad news. Boy, that depends on a lot of stuff, Anonymous. If you're looking for just something really, really simple, number one, get away from Navy Pier, because Navy Pier in downtown Chicago, as anybody who's ever been knows, is like dumb tourist zone. So get away from that. Go to the Tribune Tower. And then go underground. There are steps that'll bring you underground. And then you'll get to the real, the Billy Goat Tavern. The real Billy Goat Tavern, which is a gritty spot where you can get some good cheeseburgers on a grill that's cooked like millions and millions of cheeseburgers. That place became famous from a Saturday Night Live bit, no cheeseburger, no cheeseburger. You haven't seen it if you haven't watched Saturday Night Live in the 70s, like I haven't. But
you're not getting juice.
I was made aware of this. So Billy Goat Tavern, underneath the Tribune Tower, basically, is a really, really great spot. But Chicago is full of a lot of really great neighborhoods that have good food. If you want pizza, I used to go to a place called Piece, P-I-E-C-E. One of the ones I could recommend if you really want to go to some place that's solid is the Girl in the Goat. Go to the Girl in the Goat, and you will have a good meal. I guarantee you. You'll enjoy yourself there.
How far is he from the Giant Bean?
The Navy Pier is literally like almost, it's in the same area, basically. Grant Park is where the Silver Bean is. And then
you got to give it a flick for good luck.
You got to. Are they still into that conspiracy that somebody's living inside there?
I thought it was a small child or something.
They're grown up by now.
Yeah, what they said for a while, there was a conspiracy that there's somebody living inside the Bean sculpture in Chicago, which is a fun conspiracy to believe in. C-Lane, good news for you.
Yeah.
Let's work this in. Here we go. Good news for you. The Federal Aviation Administration has said they are lifting all restrictions on commercial flights now at over 40 major airports in the country. C-Lane is headed over to New York City.
That was my lead story yesterday.
Was it? Okay, so clear things up in New York, Chicago, where this other guy's going to. Los Angeles and Atlanta, those cutbacks on flights from the FAA. Now the government's open. Now things are flowing. Now people are showing back up at work for their gigs. And apparently everything will be well, hopefully.
The person who needed to hear that the most was really just my wife.
Yeah.
As I was going through some of the things, I just showed it to her. I was like, look, you're good. We're good. We're going to be fine.
She was getting a little panicky?
Well, we had these reservations at 4-ish.
Uh-oh.
And if things get too delayed.
Where are you going? Reservations where?
Per se.
Oh. That sounds like one of the clubs in New York that the guy on SNL would say, like, the hottest new club
got
in New York.
Everything.
It's per se. It's got. And
Who
then
was
he's
the
like,
guy from MTV? He would always say.
Shoot, I can't remember. Was it Stefan? Was his name?
Yeah,
Stefan. New York's hottest new club is Per Se.
It's
That's
where all
what
the
it sounds
gays
like.
and fairies meet.
Then a laundry list of weird things that happen at Per Se, and why C-Lane just has to go there.
It gives you pause when you say per se. You take a second, you're like, are you doing a joke or something? But per se, you were telling me yesterday, C-Lane.
Thomas Keller Group. It's
that's cheap. This is not a cheap place.
No, it's not at all.
Let me see.
You
Daily
already know where you're
menus.
going to get?
I don't think you choose. I think it's one of those places that you just like hand over a bunch of money and they're like, here is something that you've never seen before, covered in foam and
Like what? Show
Okay,
us.
the main dining room tasting menu. One guest, $1,000.
C-Lane.
That's not the one.
Is that what you guys are getting?
That's not the one we're doing. No. What does it cost for lunchtime?
They're going to
I don't know. What's this?
We're not doing the main dining room.
$425.
It could be that.
It's a 3 Michelin star restaurant. This
Yeah.
is a fancy place, for God's sake.
Yeah, I got to get I got to pack a suit.
Wow.
Okay.
And I think I need another button down.
And a different credit card.
Yeah, just the deposit.
No,
to
just one
get
with a different
the
name
spot.
on it.
Per se.
Just the deposit to get your spot at this Per Se place is $150 each. And that's not even like the full meal.
That's why we didn't want our flights to be effed up.
Damn. Probably delicious though, right?
Do they do to-go boxes? Or
I don't know.
Everything.
I hate when expensive places make you feel bad about taking to go. I should be even more allowed.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to be taking whatever you have in the bathroom and this cloth napkin because of how much I've paid for this bill.
Oftentimes they give you like little goodie bags and stuff on the way out, but you feel shamed if you want to take your meal with you. You shouldn't.
We talked yesterday about this vegan restaurant that was catching a bunch of flack because they started serving meat, and they were inspired by the fact that 11 Madison Park, which had gone vegan for like 4 years, had been like, all right, we're alienating too many potential customers here. We're gonna put meat back on the menu, and they thought we could do that too. And it turns out that they can. But 11 Madison Park is another one of those restaurants that we kind of looked at and went, maybe we'll check it out.
What do you got for me? I want something good for that much money, for God's sake.
That was our whole thing before, was that in years past when we've gone there and my wife wanted to go to like a really fancy dinner or something, 11 Madison Park was available, but it was like, we can't really justify spending this much money on vegan food.
That's too much. I mean, it's too much anyway. Somebody saying, I can't picture C-Lane in a place like this. What's that
How
supposed to mean?
rude.
Why not? He goes to fancy restaurants all the
Fancy
time.
guy.
Yeah.
And you're going to get so many points.
You should probably not wear. You should probably not wear that shirt. I mean, I would take off the Mo shirt.
What, my Mo shirt? No,
Yeah.
Not if he has a good slip and fall there, too.
probably not.
Come on.
Get one of those classier shirts that you got in that closet of yours. I think that'll
I
work.
think I even have a classier Mo shirt.
There you go. Perfect. All right, when we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is The Jim Colbert Show.
There's got to be a play for like 70-year-old lonely women, too, right?
Oh, go to the villages and find out. Go be the pool boy. Go put a Speedo on and go take the leaves out of her pool.
Hey, we can start a new thing called Lonely Fans. Nailed it.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Tuesday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we're going to be seeing a beautiful but warm day. Temperatures will be a few degrees above average once again, with a high of 82 degrees today in Orlando. Our normal high is right around 78, so we'll still be seeing some lower humidity, quite pleasant out there under sunny skies. We'll continue to climb to the middle 80s through the end of this week while staying mostly dry. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
You can depend on Florida farmers.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for hanging out today. God bless you. Thank you so much for being here. Clay Higgins of Louisiana, a Republican, has voted no on the Epstein files. I think he's the only one. Only no. Although that may have been the one that was changed. We'll see. It's time now to rate the show, everybody. You've been here, you've hung out, you've experienced this moment with us. Now it's time for you to rate the show. 10 out of 10 is a banger, just an absolute winner. Take it, package it, ship it over to the News Junkie Hall of Fame, as is, no notes, no changes. 1 out of 10 is a disaster. We should forget about it. We should hit delete. We should probably take the rest of the week off, because this is a catastrophe. 1 Michelin star out of 3. I'll take it. 9 Picky McGee's out of 10. 8.6 stolen per se napkins out of 10. 10 out of 12 new lights in the studio. 8.5. 10 to the third power. 10 out of 10 can we meet? May I meet you? May I meet you? 7.5. Shut up, piggies.
Gather around the table with the freshest flavors Florida has
May
to offer.
I
From
meet
crisp green beans to juicy tomatoes and sweet corn, Fresh from Florida produce brings sunshine to every dish. Behind every
9.8 out of 10 because perfection isn't a given ever.
growing and gathering with pride.
0 is a disaster.
It's more than a meal. It's a celebration.
Glenn says, my God, it was a 10 out of 10 outstanding radio today. Boy, very generous. 67 out of 10. I missed the whole freaking show. I'm sure it was perfect. It wasn't, but thank you. Time for me to get to the alert. Two and a half minutes. 7. Who's our chatter of the day, everybody? Our chatter of the day. Who's it going to be? Huh? She called it. Courtney has picked the chatter of the day. Courtney says, they said you couldn't do it, but you did it anyway. They said you shouldn't do it, and you said to them, double birds, baby. I'll do what I want. I am me. I am an individual, a unique person, a lovely person, a spectacular individual on this planet, and my name is video editor extraordinaire, recent discamp queen, AJ Soup on YouTube. AJ Soup is our chatter of the day. Courtney has crowned you Queen Chatter today. You did it! 90 seconds. Unbelievable. She did it. Go watch her dispatch over on thenewsjunkie.com/dispatches. Oh, did I give her credit for being on YouTube when she's on Twitch? 10% off their first order. Twitch, what have I done?
Tucker 10 at checkout. That's outpouch.com. Tucker 10 at checkout is the discount code.
Hello?
Outpouch.com. Not for sale to minors, must be 21
Thank you, Sue. Yeah. $1 million? Wow. Unbelievable. That was iHeartRadio, and they have just said that AJ Soup has not won $1 million for being Chatter of the Day. But she has won my heart. And she's won yours as well. And I hope that you go on the next Discamp adventure with her. Please do it. Discorp and Discamp. Here we go.
The free iHeartRadio app. Pure audio awesomeness.
The most live radio stations and the most podcasts.
And you can access them instantly by making them a preset.
And it's all 100% free.
Join the millions who already have it on their smartphone.
The free iHeartRadio app. The #1 app for radio.
Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. Fall for a brooding duke. Dive into a steamy romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas. Or find the perfect rom-com from Lily Chu. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
That didn't make the cut. And of course, today I learned to wrap everything up for a Share the Show Tuesday. And if you haven't shared the show today, it is never too late. Right now, you can simply go over to the YouTube and hit the upvote if you'd like. Go over to youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. Hit the upvote, hit the thumbs up button, whatever you want to call it. That's one way to do it. Or you could just follow us on social media, thenewsjunkie.com/share. And a lot of other options to share the show. Just tell somebody about the News Junkie radio show, live stream, and podcast. We appreciate it. Oh, my God. We are way behind. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
Yikes.
So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday, November 18th, 2025. Today I learned this product right here. Legos is correct. Yes, indeed. Researchers discovered that a single 2x2 Lego brick can handle 800 to 950 pounds of force in a hydraulic press before breaking. Pretty impressive for one Lego brick. That is two of your moms right above that Lego brick, right before it just completely explodes. Today, there's something called demon face syndrome, a terrifying condition caused by a brain injury, which causes you to perceive your facial features as distorted, stretched, and demonic. That is freaky.
Like your own facial features?
Yours and other people's, I think. Could be everybody. And today, learn this band right here. Girl, shut your
303?
Well, that's right. 303 is correct indeed. They have a thing that they do. They make diamonds. Their fans make diamonds, the 303 guys.
Yeah.
Like this. And Diamond Dallas Page, the famed wrestler, sued both Jay-Z and 303 for copyright infringement over that diamond cutter hand gesture. He lost both the cases.
Sorry, buddy.
It didn't work out. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow.